Cardo.
Yeah, Cardo's hard. Cardo,
like more airy type of beats.
When he can float,
Yep. And again, I'm not saying I don't like him with Alchemist. It's just I prefer him with the likes of the Cardos. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, nah, man. Like I hope
it's just like Westside to me. I think he can do the A&R job so much better than most people can. Where he wouldn't even. And me saying these artists I want him to work with, I would want him to do a mixture of, let me bring some of this sauce, but let me also curate for you and what I think could also be your vision for something that you never thought of. Like, I don't think he would just bring in, like, you know, let's just say he do a Gibbs album or something, right? I don't think he would just put Gibbs on Derringer. I think he would have like, yo, I have guys who I know are in these smaller camps who can bring some fire to you. He'll put some Jay Versace beats on that motherfucker and be like, yo, this shit is crazy. And we would be like, yo, I never thought Gibbs would have these videos and this album cover that matches this story. Like, he would give us Pinata for real, like almost a narrative type. You know what I mean? I would let us see Gibbs do a concept album with Westside.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
That would be crazy. Yeah. Like him, like imagine Westside and Madlib executive produce. Like, what? Like, that's like Scarface on shrooms. You know what I mean? Like, that shit is nuts.
Yeah. No, I agree, bro. I agree.
Yeah. I ain't trying to hold up Ken. I know Ken, but
well, don't you want to let the people give them?
Yeah. No, I was giving them some time to get in.
Yeah. Now we can continue. We can continue.
For sure.
Yeah. I see him.
Oh, you see what he's saying?
Yeah.
What's the rule?
The rule? What are you talking? Oh, you talking about Madden? I thought you was talking about legit the joint.
Yeah, I'm here, y'all. My bad. Marley, my bad. Yeah, some things happened. things came up. You know what I mean? But yeah, like conductor. Like, imagine that with Gibbs. Like, oh, like you hear that shit coming, I'll be like, hold up, bro. Just the ad lib, I'll rewind that motherfucker. Like, oh, bring that back. You know what I mean? Just like guys like that.
But yeah, nah, bro. Like, man, it's crazy, but definitely the last 5-6 years, when we get to the end of the year on Dead in Hip Hop, I always say, man, this is the best year in hip hop. Hey, I'm about to say it again, bro. This is the best fucking year in hip hop, bro.
Fam, we need to get I want to hit that Kendrick album. I need to hit that Kendrick album.
Okay.
I need to hit that Kendrick album. If he's coming, to me, damn, now that I see him form PG Lang and all this new shit, to me, this is just my third sense, you know what I mean, my third eye. But to me, it looked like damn was a contractual obligation where he was like, not only can I flex on y'all and just want to show my pen that I can get in this commercial world, to me, that kind of felt like not like a last homage, but like, yo, I got to give TDE that one album where we could tour with stadiums. I got to give y'all that album before I do my last little thing. And I think that this is going to be like Kendrick's Dark Knight Rises. You know what I mean? Where it's like, I'm going out with like this and TDE. Y'all be good with SZA and J-Rock. Just hold it down. PG Lane, Baby Keem. That's what we on. And I think it's going to be interesting to see what kind of Kendrick we get
high school football
after.
They got 147 players dressed.
Damn.
Between two teams or one team?
One team.
What?
Stop. Everybody
This
getting
team
ticked.
from Texas has 147 players dressed.
But
half the school is on the team.
People that could play, really.
That's we're not gonna cut nobody. Everybody can play.
Wait,
But
Q.
147.
I ain't never seen a sideline like that.
You're thinking that Kendrick Lamar is going to go out with flames? His last album? Because I don't think so.
I think it's gonna be one of those albums that is either very anticlimactic to people, but it has like a life of its own that is just gonna live after we get it. I think that's what that type of album he's giving us. If he's giving us some more like, damn, like, yo, I'm rapping over Mike Will made it beats and beat switches, I'm cool with that too. If Kendrick just want to flex and shit on, you know, other rappers and whatnot, cool. But I don't think he's going to do top like that. I think he's going to give them a real concise adrenaline shot that is like, and that's it. I'm out with a bang. but it's not gonna be like that because it's Kendrick. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be the bang and the celebration, but to him, it's gonna be the bang. And when you get it, you're gonna be like, "Fuck, that is it."
I think he's gonna keep all the heat for himself. He's gonna give him a good project, but I think whatever
he gonna give him a crash up. Shout out to Schoolboy Q, man. I love his music.
All right, let's get started.
Where Mega Manny?
I don't know, man. Probably weeping and I don't know. I think Manny's out here living his life, man. I've been seeing him on Instagram posting pictures and shit, being an IG model.
Okay.
IG model Manny.
I was gonna ask about that face he make all the time. He got that same face.
I know,
model
man.
Model Manny.
Oh, this is the place where sports opinions collide. Data in sports. I'm your host, Kenneth B. Inge. Joining me on the show, we got Shelton J.
What's happening, man? How y'all doing?
FIFO 24/7.
What it do?
And y'all been calling him out. Y'all see him. We had an empty chair for him Tuesday.
Some things came up, y'all. Some extra legals. My very sincere apologies, but we here though. You know what I mean?
They say you was too tall to be on the show.
Yeah, they ain't lowered the door. You know what I mean? They ain't hiding the door up. You know what I mean?
Couldn't get in.
I couldn't get in, y'all.
Hey, real talk. The first time I met Q in person, I was like, God damn, that nigga tall. Second thought was, I still bust his ass in basketball.
That's a real hooper though. Really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm like, God damn.
Somebody, I be seeing dudes taller than me. Yeah, that's so funny. It's funny because I only hooped like historically. I only hooped with dudes who were actually bigger than me. I was actually one of the smallest people on most of the teams. Like, I mean, like, promise you, it'd be like that. Even in rec sometime now, I still be looking at dudes on the side, kind of like how you. I'd be like, man, this nigga like 6'11". I will still cross this nigga. Hold up, you know what I mean? You just gotta have that confidence. You feel me? But we here though.
All right, cool. Well, glad everything okay, brother.
Man, I'll tell you the story.
I guess I want to start with Jameis.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of talk about Jameis. I didn't know about this until Tuesday. Somebody kind of, haphazardly mentioned it, and lately I've been seeing a bunch of headlines. Jameis taking the starting job. Should we ever doubt Jameis? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now heading into the offseason, everybody was saying that was going to be Taysom Hill's job.
Who's everybody though?
Well, when I say everybody, I'm talking about the media, the mainstream media. So,
I know that. I just wanted the people out here to, understand who that is.
Mm-hmm.
Who, when you say everybody, who you mean?
Yeah.
It was idiots.
But yeah, it's not looking like that. So Shelton, I know. Have you caught most of the preseason games? I know you watch a lot of. How is he looking out there, man?
Jameis looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks like himself. The thing about him is he's always had the talent. I think the problem that Sean Payton had with him was whether he was going to adopt it his way. Sean Payton ain't for all those turnovers and stuff like that. So the fact that Jameis did a lot with the ball was great, but he turned the ball over a lot and put his defense in a bad position.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Sean Payton was afraid of. And I think that all along, everybody really knew this was Jameis' job to lose.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way in a real world Taysom Hill could have come
See,
close.
I heard it was the other way around. It was Taysom's job to lose.
Internally, I think they knew. They had to know.
Why didn't he get the job when Breeze went down last year?
Because he wasn't going to keep it, and they felt like they could win those couple games without him. It's still a lesson for this year.
Like when I look at this entire situation, I have the Swaggy P meme with the question mark. Because, the last time we saw Jameis play a full season, the man threw for over 5,000 yards and led the league in interceptions, but also in touchdowns.
Correct.
And I think that when you have somebody that talented, but also that mistake prone, you can help reduce the mistakes. And to me, that's more on coaching than anything, right? But the raw talent was there. Like, let's be honest. This man was a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback, a national championship winning quarterback at a major D1 university, the Florida State University. So it's not like this guy just came from nowhere and all of a sudden he's supposed to be something.
Right.
He's been something. He's been a leader. Now, even back in college, we knew that he was a slight knucklehead, that he did little things that
He's immature.
became bigger. He was immature. But I think with, not being able to play, being, behind Taysom Hill and all of those type of things, I think that it was the humbling lesson that he needed. And remember what I said maybe about a month or so ago when I saw some of his workouts. I'm like, hey, that nigga. Jameis is doing things I haven't seen Jameis do before. Number one, the accuracy. Number two, ball placement, which is partly accuracy, but putting the ball where it needs to be, right? Like sometimes if you have a wide receiver, a tight end coming across the middle, you're going to throw it slightly behind them so that way they can brace for impact instead of having them stretch out where the defender's coming. I saw Jameis doing that. The velocity, trajectory on the ball. I'm like, yo, he didn't do that in Tampa. And I understand that this is just workouts, but you saw it in the game. You saw it in preseason. Right. He was throwing darts. He was throwing lasers out there. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I don't understand why the Saints have taken this position. It's Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill? Taysom Hill can play quarterback, but he's not a quarterback. Taysom Hill is a gadget guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So utilize him as a gadget guy. Have a Taysom Hill package. Give Taysom Hill 3 to 5 throws a game. I'm cool with that, but he's not the quarterback, man. Jameis Winston is the quarterback. Is he a top? Okay. That's a good super chat.
Alex Hayes with the first super chat of the night. Hey, y'all come with them super chats, man. We love you for the support, and we thank you for helping us keep the network run. Alex Hayes with the first super chat says, Jamie's a top 8 QB if he cuts down on the turnovers.
100%.
That might not be crazy. That might not be crazy because Kyle Allen is in a lot of people's top 10, and it's like,
y'all niggas tripping. Correct.
Kyler Murray, you know what I mean? To me, Jameis, if he does cut down on those turnovers, his talent is within those 2 range, and that's top 8 talent in my opinion.
100%. And think about his stats he had, cut down on the turnovers.
100%. If he had half of the interceptions, we're talking about he should be an MVP.
Correct.
To me, when I look at Jameis, the passer, I'm not talking about the legs and all, because we know Jameis is a little bit of a statue. He got a little bit of mobility, but he's a pocket quarterback. As a passer, pure passer, he better than Dak to me. I wish Nick was here.
Easily.
He's better than Dak.
Yeah.
He's a better passer of the football than Dak Prescott.
I can't argue with that.
Easily. I mean, people act like Ryan Tannehill's top 10. A lot of people had them in the top 10 list. And it's like, Jameis is, to me, leagues and bounds better of a passer and has better instincts than Ryan Tannehill. With guys like that.
And isn't it crazy that it took him that long to get a job? That was just the craziest thing in the world. I mean, the only reason you can say that is because of the color of his skin. I mean, that's the only reason that man didn't get a job until late and was a backup for a year.
Yeah.
To teach that lesson. If he was white, he wouldn't have needed that lesson. He would have learned that lesson on the field. But I think this will benefit him in the long run. And like I said, I don't think, honestly, I couldn't imagine a world where Sean Payton would have thought that Taysom Hill would have been a better option than Jameis. I think it was Jameis' job really to lose. So you kind of motivate him, kind of like a manager at a job. You know, this person's better, even though you know this person's your guy. You telling him, I don't know, man, you got to beat him out. You know what I'm saying? That's your way to motivate him. That would be what I would think, because he's leaps and bounds better. It's not even close.
It's not close. It's not.
Yeah, that's not even. And what they paid, what we forget, what they have in Taysom Hill is invaluable. That position that he plays is a reason to pay him. You know, and that gadget quarterback guy, he's one of the best in the business. So why would you jeopardize that to make him a starting quarterback?
Yeah, and you're 100% right, mainly because when you look at Taysom Hill is a legit weapon in the NFL that you have to account for when you have so many other weapons. Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara, Jason, what's his name? The gadget guy. Taysom Hill. I wanted to say Jason Tatum for some reason, but Taysom Hill, right? Like, you have to account for that, and because you can move Taysom literally all over the field, how do you account for that when you have an outside weapon like Michael Thomas and you have a running back like Alvin Kamara? How do you can't account for it? So utilize them in that way. Don't, as a starting QB, and then you got Jameis back. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense.
And that's why, Sean Payton is one of the smartest men in football. So like I said, that's why I can't imagine that we all would know the truth and he wouldn't.
Can you imagine seeing Alvin Kamara on the outside, Michael Thomas on the other side, and then they do a split back formation, but it's Jameis and Taysom.
That's what I was thinking about.
And then
like
you
that.
hike the ball, you know who the ball going to. And what if it go to Jameis? Now you got to account for this guy as a running back or a wide receiver. Or what if the ball go to Taysom? What do you do with Jameis? Like you could be so creative. And you know what? I'm gonna challenge Sean Payton. I know he probably don't watch the sports and he don't give a fuck what the hell I say, but this is my platform, so I'm gonna talk what I want to talk. When you watch Andy Reid and how creative he gets with his offense, because like the jump passes, the whole shovel pass in the inside, like
they run that, yeah. I don't know if let's say Eric Bieniemy. That's my guy.
Okay,
so
well, here's the thing. Eric Bieniemy is the play caller. The designer, we know who the designer is.
I know, man. I just want to give a black man some props, but
he gets some props.
But you're right though, because that position, that running back position, sometimes is manned by Travis Kelce, sometimes it's Hill, sometimes it's one of the running backs. You know what I'm saying? You don't know who gonna get it. You don't know where the ball going. That's like misdirection at its finest, and that's what you got in New Orleans. That's it.
Can you imagine you put Taysom Hill and Alvin Kamara in the back?
Wow.
As a defender, it's like, bro, we could throw a damn toss sweep to Alvin or to Taysom Hill with Alvin Kamara leading the way, and then Taysom Hill pulls back and throws a 60-yard bomb.
Crazy.
Hey, drink more water. What happened to Mariota? You talking about this season or in the past? But
he just meant the whole season.
Yeah, well, I hope that that Jameis does well. Everybody know that, you know, since Florida State, honestly, I've been the biggest Jameis Winston fan, and I've supported him. I've been critical where I've needed to be critical, but I've definitely been supportive of the brother. And, you know, I hope the LASIK surgery, you know, helped and was one of the reasons why he was throwing as bad as he was. I mean, we've seen it happen in baseball where these guys go get LASIK, and next thing you know, they can hit the ball all over the field. Yeah. So, and I think when you look back, and I guess we'll know after these 17 games, but Jameis was clear when he went to New Orleans that he wanted to learn from Drew Brees, and he wanted to basically you know, get that tutelage, and it seemed very intentional for him, because I don't know if any other offers were on the table, but for him to go there to humble himself, to take a backup job when he felt like he probably could have been a starter somewhere, you know, that takes a lot. So we'll see if it pays off, you know, at the end. Want to hit that super chat before we?
Yes, let me get to that. I'm sorry, y'all. And real quick on the Mariota talk. To me, Mariota was a decent quarterback, but he wasn't nowhere near Jameis' level. So
they
in
hyped
saying
him
that,
up like he was.
Yeah,
I
wasn't.
know what that was about though. But
well, I think the dual threat ability of Mariota was greater, obviously, than Jameis, but Jameis was a better passer, natural passer,
and leader.
And leader, yeah, natural leader.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He was very outspoken. Mariota's kind of quiet guy, and he can't beat out Derek Carr. He shows it right there.
Well, Derek Carr has amazing arm talent. I think it's between the ears that sometimes.
Right. So what I'm saying is the fact that Derek Carr struggles at times, Mariota still don't make it on the field. So in saying that, what does that say about him? You know what I'm saying? We them boys with the super chat. What's happening, we them boys? Your thoughts on Teddy Bridgewater taking Drew Lock's starting job? Me personally, I'm ecstatic. Because I really didn't think he was going to get it. That's one where they really wanted to give it to Drew Lock because he could have been your franchise QB at some point. But I did not see a lot of that preseason. I did not. I heard it was very close. But I'm just a Teddy fan. I've been a Teddy fan for a long time, too. I'm a Teddy supporter. And I want him to play really, really well because I want my Panthers to feel bad about letting him get away to bring in Sam. I really –
But okay.
Sam Darnold's better than Teddy Bridgewater.
No, he has more upside. And also, here's the thing about Teddy Bridgewater with the Panthers. There wasn't enough talent to hide the deficiencies that Teddy has. Right? Now, Teddy's a good game manager, and that's not with a negative connotation attached to it. It just means that He knows how to move the ball. I don't have to go for 40-yard bombs or 30-yard bombs. I can do the 5-yard dink and dunk and, get you with a play action and get you over the top. And the reason why I think that he won that starting job is mainly because he definitely gives them the best opportunity to win because he doesn't turn the ball over like that. He doesn't take those big chances or big risks. And part of that is because he doesn't have the big arm. So he's conscious about where I need to go. He's judicious with the ball. Where somebody that's young like Drew Lock that still needs to understand the game at that level, because he has such a big arm, he's going to take those risks. And with the way that this team is constructed, you take those risks, you can't come. It's not Pat Mahomes under center over there. You know what I'm saying? We can't just give up 3 fumbles and still win the game. Like, we can't spot somebody 28 points and win the game. Their quarterback situation isn't built like that. So because of that, Teddy gives them stability. And then with the weapons that they have, come on now, Shelton. The 3 wide receivers that they got, the Panthers ain't got nothing.
Yes, they do. The Panthers have a better wide receiver room than Denver Broncos any day of the week. Look at the stats. Look it up. Look at the stats. Look it up. We got 2,000-yard receivers. Why you think I kept saying it? We got 2 of them. Then last year we had Curtis Samuel. But you look at our rookie right now.
Your rookie better than Jerry Jeudy?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You better look at that boy. You better watch him. Marshall from LSU.
Terrence Marshall Jr.
Take a look at Marshall from LSU. Take a look at what he's done in the preseason. True indeed. But just take a look at this. We got 2,000-yard receivers. I like the receivers that Denver has. Now, with Denver, they got a little bit better line than we got. But you take the receivers, I stack them Carolina receivers up against anybody right now. Oh, you tripping. Them boys is tough.
Wow.
Them boys is tough.
Damn.
I said it earlier. Thank you so much, CJ. That wide receiver room, we got more from Seattle. That he was the number 3 receiver in Seattle, was catching all them passes. He had a great preseason too. Those guys look good, man. I'm telling you. Watch out.
Well, you know who's gonna make them good? Sam Darnold. Because they were there were limitations to Teddy.
There was.
James, we're gonna see about whether Marshall's better than Jeudy, because Jeudy struggled this past year. Now he did not. You're right, Marty. He didn't have anybody throwing the ball, but his route running was a little suspect. But I think Terrence Marshall, when
Jerry
he gets,
Jeudy, nice.
is going. No, I love Jerry Jeudy. Don't get me wrong, I love him. But Terrence Marshall is a monster. I think he has more upside. I really do, and I like Jerry Jeudy. Don't get me wrong, I really do. I thought it was crazy for the Raiders to pick Ruggs over him because he wasn't even. I don't know where that came from. Well, no, I take that back. That's the Raiders.
Thinking he's smarter than everybody.
Always trying to be smart, just like he picked Colin
Farrell,
and he wasn't even the best defensive lineman on that team. So it's a trend there, but still, to me, Jeudy is nice, and he was nice in college. He was one of the nicest ones on Alabama's roster. But I really like what Terrence Marshall Jr. brings to this team.
Poor Drew Lock. I'm not sad for him because I'm always rooting for the black quarterback. But that got to be fucked up if you Drew Lock and you like, damn man, this brother just got here, and now just like that,
well, you got to internalize that.
I know he does, but you didn't think that was gonna happen.
Of course he didn't, but
how much of a difference maker is Teddy gonna make? Just
you know what Teddy Bridgewater does is that he creates a natural bridge. I'm not trying to have no pun with that, but if he struggles, and we've seen Teddy struggle in multiple places. He struggled with the Vikings. He struggled with Carolina at times. If he struggles, it's easier to go back to Drew Lock.
It is. That's what you're. It's just like the rookie type thought process, like they have when we get to the New England talk. In the Bears, you can't switch away from the rookie when he struggles.
Exactly.
But you can switch away from the veteran.
Yep.
So just like that's like the Tyrod Taylor effect. Tyrod Taylor starts in places because I can always say it's Tyrod's fault. Let's switch out of this. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of why.
Or the team needs different energy.
That's it. It's easier to do that than what they did in Miami. What they did in Miami was kind of crazy and kind of backwards. Then again, because they were going back and forth. That back and forth thing.
Back and forth, and also I want to say the Dolphins were on a 2 or 3 game win streak at the time.
3 game.
It was Fitz magic and not Fitz tragic. He was looking crazy, 400-yard pass games and stuff like that. And the offense was clicking. To move to a rookie at that point, it's like whoa,
who couldn't play.
It was. Have you seen him now? Oh, okay. Okay.
Well, you saw what Joe Brady said about Sam Darnold. He said, "I got something in this one." And you know Sheldon ain't said that.
Here's the thing.
And you know he follow everything Panthers.
I know.
Carolina.
When is Carolina's bye week?
I can't remember.
Okay. Either way, I put it to you like this, Shelton. By the bye week, he gonna come in here singing Sam Darnold's praises.
No, I'm
Oh,
not.
y'all see that boy Sam Darnold?
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. Why?
Listen, I'm a Panthers fan for life, but I will never like Sam Darnold.
So even if in the first 6 games they go 6-0 and Sam Darnold's averaging 320 yards,
MVP.
I have on a Sam Darnold jersey.
Yeah, I know you would. I know you would, motherfucker. I know you would.
I still be mad though. I still be mad because I wanted Justin Fields. I really wanted to keep Teddy and draft Justin. Because I wanted Teddy to be out. Same thing we just talked about. I wanted Justin to be able to ease in. I didn't want Justin, even if he played like that.
Speaking of Justin, Q, you still have concerns about Justin Fields? You said something in the chat about him.
Yeah, I'm not.
Was it him or Trey Lance?
It was Trey Lance, but I think also we need to pump the brakes on Justin Fields too. This is not disrespect. I promise. It's just let's just let him play. Let's let the man play. And some preseason games against guys who are not really gonna be on the team, or it's kind of hard for me to be like, oh, superstar already. I see it. I don't see it because the league can figure you out. We've seen it. They've had great years. They're currently saying that the league has figured Lamar Jackson out, and he was an MVP. So I need to see what Justin Fields does first, and Trey Lance also. But that's a whole different.
Man, I that first game, Trey Lance looked bad.
Yep.
He looked like a rookie.
Yeah. He had flashes.
He looked like a rookie with a lot of talent.
He looked like a rookie that missed a whole year too.
Yeah,
and that's the thing that we got to give him
he
credit
wasn't in
for.
rhythm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him some time, but I was like, ooh, this ain't.
But you know what though, Ken? Like especially with these rookies, you got to look at not continuity, right? Like not the reading of the field and stuff like that. You got to look at what God gave you.
Yeah, look at the instinct.
Not exactly. Not the things that you're going to learn because you don't know shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But what did God give you, and how do you use that against other super talented people?
Correct.
And what I saw with Trey Lance is the arm is big as hell.
Mm-hmm.
He's accurate as hell, and he's mobile enough to create. Right, but you could tell that at times he could be a little frantic. And it goes to not playing for a whole year. And then all of a sudden, you go from playing at North Dakota State where, linebackers run 5.0.
North Dakota State.
And now here, you got linemen that run 4.6.
Yeah.
So just everything, is coming fast. But again, when you look at what God gave him, it's like, oh, there's something there.
Mm-hmm.
And even with Justin Fields, I want to say it was the first game when he took off the left sideline. He took a hit. But the little juke and spin he tried to do, just that little bit, it's like, okay, when you understand the game a little bit more, you're going to fuck up some DBs. You going to hurt some ankles out here.
Just go out of bounds.
And they were trying.
True, too. But
He'll learn that.
He'll learn that, but Ken, he's young right now. It's just like Lamar. Lamar be making linebackers and DBs look foolish.
Oh, you did that in that Super Bowl. I saw that. I was like, damn. We went just diving. I was like, man.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say they said Justin Fields said in an interview after the first game he played was, this game is slow. It's really slow to me. And they took offense to it just like that. That's how they tried to make it seem. Mm-hmm. But they didn't play the rest of his statement. After that, he said, because I go against this Bears defense every day. Mm-hmm. So what he was saying was that game was slow based off the fact that he practices against them horses every day. So in saying that, this dude, he's getting it. Yep. So that's why you let him be on the second team.
Exactly.
Because he's going to learn some stuff there.
Against that first team defense.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he's going to be ready next year.
And to Justin Fields' point, how many teams have Khalil Mack?
None.
A Khalil Mack type. There's only a handful. Aaron Donald, Von Miller when healthy, the Bosa's. Who else?
Yeah.
That's it. That's the handful of elite. TJ Watt.
But that whole defense is elite.
That whole defense is elite. You talking about Eddie Jackson, you talking about the corner, you talking about the up front, you talking about Roquan Smith.
Yeah. Yeah, they got he going against the number one defense every day almost. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Well, one of the top defenses.
Top 3 defense, top 5 defense. 100%.
Every day. So in saying that, that's only making him better. Same thing with Lance is going through it with the defense that's top notch. So you want them to kind of sit and learn. It's not for everybody to sit and learn. Some of these guys got to play right now. Sunshine got to play right now. He has to.
He has to. They ain't no other quarterback.
Yeah, Minshew. Zach Wilson has to play right now. And those guys, they're going to take their lumps on the field. But some guys kind of need that Patrick approach. Not they're going to ever be Patrick, but they need that Patrick approach where you sit and learn behind a veteran that can teach you the game and prepare you for
here's the thing. I think that if those two quarterbacks, Trey Lance and Justin Fields, were swapped with the other two, they could play now too. And they would have the same type of struggles. But I think it's advantageous for those organizations that drafted Trey Lance and Justin Fields to sit them because you're 100% right. Going against those...
Not going to happen.
What's not going to happen?
Sit them. Not for long. Not for long.
Oh, yeah, no. They're not going to sit the whole year.
No,
neither one
just
of them.
initially. We're just talking...
Anywhere between 4 to 6 games.
Yeah.
4 to 6 games, those guys are going to sit. Because think about, especially in Chicago, who's ahead of Andy Dalton?
You're right. Andy already said it's his job.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro. Yeah. Like, the moment that you have a 2 or 3 interception game, you out of there.
You're done. Because that crowd ain't going to allow it. And the fans,
and
those guys playing for coaching for their jobs.
100%. Especially Matt Nagy. And I love Matt Nagy. But did you see when Andy Dalton came into the game, they booed him?
Yeah.
Come on, bro. He don't have many games, bro. You know what?
That's all I needed to hear.
I'll go, and maybe it's not a big leap of faith here, but Andy Dalton probably has the shortest leash we've ever seen.
Period.
Nah,
well, no. I was gonna say we got to go to the next one. Go to the next subject.
Listen,
you think it's shorter than Andy?
Yes, the way they booed Andy versus the way they cheered for Mac Jones.
Hey,
remember, I came on here and I said when I heard that they cheered for Mac Jones,
it's a wrap.
I was like, it is over. And that was before
a wrap.
That was before Cam fucked up.
Yeah, it was looking like a damn Reagan rally up in that motherfucker. That shit looked that shit was crazy.
It ain't even it's not close. I see what you're saying. And
4 more years.
But nah, that New England thing, that's a lot more volatile over there. They ain't playing no games. Them boys want Cam. Cam need to. I mean, Cam was perfect in the preseason, a couple of them games, and it don't matter. They don't care. They want Mac. They want
Indianapolis will be calling soon.
Oh, hey, you know what?
That'd be nice.
That could actually work out for them because they need somebody. I didn't even think about that. And the Patriots are willing and dealing. They just traded Sony Michel. I think they're trying to get Sean Wade.
They got Sean Wade.
They already got him. So they willing and dealing. So I can see them doing something like that, especially if they like Mac Jones. What are your thoughts on that situation, Q?
I think Cam Newton has a couple spots that he's going to go to because it's over. Like by week 5, unless Cam has to be in the top 7 QBs. He has to be performing like that. Otherwise, they're going to bet on he's young, upside. Let's go with the young guy. Let's start this now. Because organizations don't care about 1 year of results. They care about good organizations, Good organizations that don't care about 1 year of results. They care about the overall window of success and building upon good habits, bringing in assets that are players to be able to get you to the mountaintop and sustain a level of success. That's what they're trying to do. So even if Cam is like, for the first 6 weeks, let's just say he has like 7-8 touchdowns to 1 or 2 interceptions. If they are barely winning these games, all it takes is one game where Cam Newton goes back to the locker room with a concussion, and it's over. It's over.
Yeah.
All it takes is Cam nicked his knee. Get out there, Mac. That's the window. They're gonna wait unless he is killing. It's over.
So one accidental punctured lung, and he'd be out there.
Man, for real.
That's what they did to Tyrod Taylor.
Accidental.
They got Tyrod up out of there right after that. But you're absolutely right though, Q. And the fact that they got job security in New England, those guys ain't got to worry about losing their job, so they're gonna do it. But we know how Bill Belichick is. Bill Belichick, he got a short leash. He's very big on discipline and doing things the Patriots way, and it's easier with the Mac Jones than it is with a Cam Newton, because Cam Newton is not a Patriot, so to speak.
Cam is a superhero. Cam, and that's why he hasn't aged gracefully, right? Like we look at even Shaq, right? Like Shaq didn't age gracefully because he didn't put the work in his body and his craft and his technique. So when he got older, he was sloppy.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at Cam, he was never, even in his prime, he was never super accurate. He had a big ass arm and he was big as hell. And he was like, linebacker, I'm gonna run you over. Safety, move the hell out the way. You just saw what I did to your boy. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm gonna throw it 65 yards on a rope and for a touchdown. So he was playing off of natural ability and not honing in the skill for old man game as you progressively get worse, right? As you decline. And now it's showing because he's even less accurate now. And then when and you talk about the Patriot way, what is Mac Jones going to come in and do? What coach? Throw the 2-yard route. Okay, I got you. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is with Mac is that he's gonna be a system quarterback, and that's not a bad thing. How many Tom Brady done won in the system? And when you look at the Tom Brady makeup, I'm not saying that Mac Jones is gonna be Tom Brady because Tom Brady the best clutch quarterback we've ever seen. I don't know if Mac can do that, but what made Brady great with those Patriot squads outside of the Randy Moss years and the crazy Gronk years, he was efficient. He didn't turn the ball over. Everybody did their job, and when you watch Mac Jones play for that squad, that's what it looks like. So but I'll put it to you like this: I don't know if Cam's leash is shorter or is as short as Andy, but I think when Mac goes in there, they're gonna be a better overall team. They look better with Mac in the lineup.
But like I said, the only reason I disagree with you is because that game, the last game Cam played, he was perfect. The only pass the incomplete pass he had was a drop, and they still said they wanted Mac. They still want Mac. I want Mac. And we don't care that we don't care that Cam just had this superhero game, looked like the greatest Cam ever. We want Mac.
But I think that, in all honesty, let's say if he loses his starting job this year, right, and Mac Jones going in there.
You mean when?
Or when? Obviously, Cam isn't coming back to the Patriots.
No.
I don't know if Cam is a starting quarterback in this league anymore.
Pittsburgh.
And the scary part about that is he's not a backup.
He can start in Pittsburgh. He can start in Indianapolis. I think that he can definitely start for whatchamacallit. He can start for Houston. Depending on what they do with Deshaun Watson and what they get back. A lot of things could, but he's now in the stage of he's only a starter through camp battles now. He's not the predestined, all right, Cam, you're that guy. He's the camp battle guy now, where I gotta win this job from the young cat, and if I get it, I gotta hold on to it for dear life and ball out.
Well, right now, Cam is in the house. Cam need to play to stay in the house. They're gonna send him back out to the field.
That's it.
That's where he's at right now.
He on the porch right now.
That's where he's at right now because the antebellums they call it for Mac Jones, brother. This ain't about play.
Cam to Denver.
Anyway, so Denver got their guys. So.
They was saying Washington and. Him and he did have a good relationship, of course, with Rivera.
I can see it,
but yeah, he ain't going. Yeah,
I don't think Rivera wants to hitch his wagon.
That's what I was going to say.
I think that was my separation.
That was my butt.
Let me prove to y'all that Cam was nice and we picked Cam and all of that, but it wasn't Cam.
Who's the quarterback in Washington
now? Fitzmagic.
And Sam Hinkie.
Oh Jesus Christ, Taylor Hinkie. It don't.
Yeah. Same thing.
Yeah, don't matter. Hey, Q, I saw the coach in Philly compared Devontae Smith to Keenan Allen. Did you see that, man? At least he's catching the ball. I heard Jamar Chase not catching the ball. Is Devontae catching the ball?
Devontae's catching the ball, but that boy legs is about as skinny as toothpicks, man. See, Eagles fans, we don't have good talent evaluation as fans. We have half of our fan base does. You can guess who. But having a fan base is just so bad at being able to identify talent. I think Devontae's a good wide receiver in college. Obviously, he won the Heisman. No disrespect to him. But if Howie Roseman drafts you, it's nothing personal to Devontae, but I got to think you're trash until you're not. If Howie Roseman drafts you, I have to think you're trash until you're not. So you got to come out here and prove it. Like all these, he's catching little 2-yard comeback. All right, cool. He's catching little, bubble screens. All right, cool. But I need to see him go over the top. I need to see it happen like it was happening with Tua. And if it happens with Hurts like that, Howie Roseman, I will be quiet. But
how you feeling about Hurts?
That's what I was just about to ask.
Oh, okay.
I think we're gonna get Watson. I think we're gonna get Deshaun Watson. I do think that we're gonna put together a package of guys like Dallas Goedert, Jalen Hurts, Miles Sanders, first round picks, whatever they want, and I think it'll happen because Houston and Philly have always been trade partners with guys like we traded for a tight end a couple years ago. We traded for Brian Cushing in their linebacking core, guys like that who always been on the downside of their careers. We've always been their salary dump partners and whatnot. So I think that there's definitely ground there. And if Deshaun is not going to cooperate beyond this season or whatever the contract is, I think that we're on track to trading Hurts.
I'm sorry, Q. We got better counselors in Carolina. So he'd be a better fit there.
I mean, trust me. I'm not vested in it enough to be like he gotta come to us. But I just think Eagles.
Hey. So what is your over under that Devontae's gonna play 14 games?
I got Devontae playing. Damn, he's not. I got him
playing 12 games.
He's not gonna make it to 14 games. He's probably not because across the middle, the way this is what kills me is Eagles fans. There's a lot of them who will be like, it doesn't matter. You see his route running, dog. It don't, bro. Stop. Like y'all, you gotta lift. If you're not wide receiver, you gotta lift. Look at Odell. All that cha shit don't mean nothing because your knee will go this way when a guy hits you. It don't mean nothing. So you gotta be able to get in that weight room, and he's probably. I got him at like 12, 13 games. They'll probably rest him the last 2 because we'll probably be trash. I think we probably win like 4 or 5 games this year.
I agree, Q. You know what, man? For everybody in the chat or whoever watches, the replay of this video, go look up some of these linebackers shirtless, and then go look at Devontae Smith. And you're 100% right, Q. Route running and agility get you but so far because this is football and it is a collision sport. It's not contact, it's collision sport. These linebackers get paid millions upon millions of dollars to go find and knock the hell out of the small fast guy. You know what I'm saying? And you can juke the shit out of them. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what you're supposed. That's what you get paid to do. But I get paid to knock your head off. And if we get 4 encounters, all I need is 1. You could juke me 3 times, and you're supposed to do that.
Yeah.
But what happens when I get that 1 good hit on you? You out the game.
You're done. We saw what's his name? Jackson. Jackson couldn't stay on the field. He was small.
Deshaun Jackson.
Oh, Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah,
okay,
Jackson.
Yeah.
Hey, Q. So if Jalen Hurts, which I hope he does, if he plays this year, how do you think he's going to fare?
There was a stat that came out that said, and I say it all the time. So obviously this is only from the last regime of Doug Peterson and whatnot. But there's a stat that said if Jalen Hurts performed from the beginning of the season the way that he was when he came in, he would have been worse than Carson Wentz under Doug Peterson, under our offense coordinator from last time. And now with the new regime, Nick Sirianni, he's just a puppet for he's just one of those puppet coaches like Mike McCarthy in Dallas. He's one of those guys where you bring him in, be a yes man, do what we want you to do. Meanwhile, the owner and the GM are the actual architects of what happens on the team. So if Jalen Hurts is under that type of system, I've rarely seen that type of coach win anything. And with our lack of offensive weapons and our refusal to go get linebackers and actually pad our defense with efficiency, it hurts to probably be kind of mid to very bad this year. I think I see that. But if he's great, damn, he's definitely out of there. We traded for Watson immediately. But if he's great, damn, you got to keep him. But how great can you expect him to be with a rookie wide receiver, Miles Sanders, who I've been saying is an overrated running back? Fantasy buyers, please beware of that. He drops the ball a lot, fumbles a lot. Dallas Goedert potential, but has never shown up to be the tight end that everyone thinks he is. He's been okay. He's never been the Gronk baby that everyone thinks he's supposed to be. Ertz is old, wants a contract. So where the fuck are we supposed to throw the ball to? Travis Fulgham, who everyone wanted to act like was the fucking second coming of Jerry Rice because he came off of the practice squad and caught the ball. This shows you just how damaged Eagles fans are and how bad our talent radar is because, he can catch. He's good. Dude, this is the NFL. A lot of guys can catch. A lot of guys can catch an open screen when they have never had footage on you. But what happened when they got Travis Fulgham film? 0 touchdowns the rest of the season. Didn't even get a ball thrown his way.
Did y'all know that Carson Wentz was on track to play Week 1?
Yeah. He's back.
When did that happen?
He's been practicing.
Him and the guard Nelson.
Why we didn't give an
Quentin
update
Nelson.
on the show?
I was gonna say that when you was talking about him earlier. I was gonna say he's back.
Oh,
he's on
wait.
track.
He's been practicing for how long?
A couple days now.
Oh, a couple of days.
Because you remember the short end
Not
of his
Tuesday?
injury. I don't remember, but you remember the short end of his injury was 5 weeks.
Yeah.
So him and Quentin Nelson, targeted 5 weeks, and
Quentin got
technically
COVID.
they're back. Does he?
He in the protocol.
People, they on you about the shirtless linebacker thing.
Yeah, I know. Bro,
It was funny. It was funny.
no, I know. They were saying that my search history's crazy, all that type shit. Look, at the end of the day, if you just search the linebacker, like people practice without a shirt on. It's football. They go outside in the middle of the fucking sun, bro.
Hey, those still chat was hilarious.
I didn't know what they were talking about.
I saw it. I wasn't even gonna say shit.
I wasn't either, but it caught me. I was laughing. I had to get it out. Tracy G with the chat. What's up? Super chat. What's up, Tracy? Tracy said, "Is Aaron Rodgers trying to be the white Russell Wilson?"
How? Like why? Like why? Like what has happened?
Shout out Tracy. Just shout out Tracy.
I think demanding trades and stuff like that. I think Russell wasn't it out there that Russell wanted to get out of there.
I thought Aaron was first though.
Aaron was first.
Yeah, I
Was
think
it?
Aaron.
No, it was
Russell?
Russ. That started with Russ a while
Yeah,
before Aaron.
Deshaun was first.
Because remember, his wife.
Deshaun was
Yeah,
first.
Deshaun was first, and then Russell was
Then
kind of like, "What about me?"
Well,
Yeah.
that's not Russ talking though. We know who that is.
Yeah.
Sierra
demanded the trade.
That's Sierra demanded the trade, right? That's not Russell. That's all. Sierra.
Russ was chilling because it ended too quick for it to be Russ.
I'm telling you. But it's gonna be interesting. I think his time in Green Bay is definitely up.
Oh, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
It's
So, you know what? To be honest, I think you might be right though. I think that after he saw what happened with Russ, he was like, "Look, let me go ahead and do this." He was like, "Yeah, I think he was gonna give it a shot."
Nah, Russell Wilson
both
shut
of
up.
them, though.
Russell
Exactly.
Wilson shut up once he saw Deshaun Watson. He said, "I am not going like that nigga. That y'all can have that shit. Fuck that. That's the feds on that nigga. That shit is bro."
Yeah, they probably got a folder on Russ.
It ended good for everybody but Deshaun.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you see that the Packers are trying to mend the. I don't think the moves that they made, like bringing in Randall Cobb and stuff like that. Obviously, that's because Aaron Rodgers wanted it. Even though they drafted a slot wide receiver, you go trade and pay a guy that is injury prone, but he's Aaron Rodgers' guy. But in all honesty, I think this is the last year. This is the last year.
We going to South Beach.
Yeah, I don't know.
We going to South Beach, man. Aaron Rodgers, I'm telling you, it's gonna be Tua, a bunch of picks, and we going to South Beach. That's what it is. Dolphins, we in here.
It could be Miami. It could be Denver. There's a lot of suitors that are perfect for
It
Aaron Rodgers.
should be
it'll probably be more
Tennessee.
next year.
It should be
Oh, yeah,
Tennessee.
even more.
Somebody gonna mess it up this year.
Chris Collinsworth compared Zach Wilson to Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, they did. That's what I was gonna say that too.
Mhm.
How ridiculous they were from that one game comparing him to they did it multiple times. Not just him. They just kept saying it. And that one game they were saying how masterful he looked and he was more Aaron Rodgers like than Aaron Rodgers was in that game.
Yeah,
And
okay, so here is where I understand all of these pundits making these comparisons, because when you watch Wilson, he has quick twitch and he shifts his hips and he plays with a lot of flair, but he don't got the type of arm Aaron Rodgers do. You know what I'm saying? He obviously cerebral. He don't have that either. So I get when you see the flashy and it's like, well, shit, what does it look like? It looks like Aaron. It looks like Pat.
Mhm.
But both of those guys have cannons attached to the right side of their body.
Correct.
So it allows them to run this way and throw 40 yards that way and frozen rope. You know what I'm saying? I don't see Zach Wilson doing that. Now, I think that he'll make some of them type plays, but how consistent are you going to be? You play in New York, inclement weather. You need a big arm to cut through the snow and through the wind and through all that. So at the end of the day, I get it, but I don't feel like they do a good enough job to say, hey, it's the flash.
Yeah.
It ain't the substance.
Correct.
The substance ain't there yet. We don't know what the substance is.
And pressure burst pipes. We just saw
100.
we saw with Sam Donald. And it's the same
We saw
man.
with Pat Mahomes.
Correct.
In the Super Bowl.
Correct. And this is the same man that got beat by Coastal Carolina. We can never forget. Coastal Carolina told his man up. So we dealing with pros here. And like I said, you had a vanilla defense. They're not showing you everything in the preseason. You're not even running against first teamers for everybody ain't even sit. You know, the real players on the beach. So let's be realistic and temper, like Q said, temper these. And I was gonna mention it then. Temper these expectations of these rookie quarterbacks because they're gonna have their ups and downs, and some of them ain't gonna get up. That's really the bottom line. There's not very many ones that are suited to come in and just tear the league up. You know, Joe Burrow had a great year as a rookie.
Got hurt big time.
He got hurt, and Justin Herbert had a great year as a rookie. But that's not the norm. Those are the exceptions to the rule. Because most times when you come in the league, that's why we talked about the ones having the luxury to sit. They came into the league with a team that's kind of ready to win now. Most of those rookies that are top rookies,
Do you feel like
trash
that's,
teams.
y'all don't feel like that's changing though? Like back in the day when they used to draft these quarterbacks, Keely Smith and all these other. Keely Smith couldn't play, right?
He did. He started Cincinnati.
Yep, he played.
Number 1 overall. Yes.
I know he was number 1 overall. Was he? I don't think he was all that
He
good.
played.
I
No,
know
he
wasn't good.
Okay, that's
wasn't
okay.
good.
That's,
he
okay,
wasn't.
that's what I mean. So
okay.
back in the day when they would draft these guys high, most of them couldn't play.
Yeah, what they said.
But
and
now-
it was different too. But football, the way it was played was different, right? Like those playing quarterback back then, when you was in Pee Wee, you handed off the ball. Then you got to high school, and you primarily handed off the ball. You barely threw. You got to college, you threw a little bit more, but you weren't reading. It was he's not open, go.
Yeah, now they're a little bit more ahead.
I was
They're
talking.
way
It's
ahead.
just like basketball and
Way
in
ahead.
different sports. They was talking about how these guys, most of these guys play 7-on-7. They can read coverages in high school.
In high school.
Cover 2. You know what I'm saying? In high school, they didn't know what that was.
Nah.
So now they know this stuff and they can do all this stuff like the back of their hand. So by the time they get there, they're more prepared for the game. They just got to deal with the speed of the game
And the experience. Exactly.
But it still is better when you can wait.
Yeah, and to Shelton's point, look, like when you look at we knew the Jets were a dumpster fire. We knew that they were horrible, right? We knew
I don't think
Jacksonville
they
was
need to
horrible.
wait anymore.
Huh?
I don't think they need to wait anymore.
I just think that it depends on the situation that you are placed in, right? Like with Jacksonville and with New York, 2 of the worst teams in the NFL that didn't have quarterbacks. We're gonna draft a quarterback. Who else? What veteran are we gonna bring in? No veteran wants to come here. What do they do? They're gonna get hurt. So it's up to the young quarterback to go out here and play. But then when you look at Justin Fields in Chicago, like you said, win now. What's the other quarterback that we? Mac Jones and with the Patriots that spent almost $200 million in free agency. There's more of a support system.
Put these boys out here and let these boys play.
And see what they got.
Yeah, y'all see Haskins said he never had a scouting report before. That's crazy. He said Tomlin gives him one. Anyway.
Tracy G with the super chat.
What up?
Tracy said, will Tutti Frutti OBJ be out of the NFL in the next year or so?
No.
Lord.
Nah. He gonna make a comeback. He ain't
Lord.
gonna be, he'll never be.
Nah.
Tracy Waller, man.
She is wilding. But OBJ has
Tracy off that yak.
Yeah, that man can dance.
OBJ has too much talent. Too many finesse moves to not be able to play. You know, I think Cleveland is just a bad experience overall for him and the organization. I've been saying it for 2 years now.
Yeah.
Move on from him. Move on. You
It's
don't
time.
need him. You don't need him. Baker don't need him. You don't need him. Get whatever you can from him. Get 2-3 draft picks if you can, even if it's lower. Give me 2 third-round picks. You can have OBJ.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He needs to move away from Cleveland. And here's the thing. OBJ, his hands still work. You know what I'm saying? Just like LeBron. When he gets diminished a little bit, he's still toward the top of the league. OBJ is diminished. He is not the same OBJ that we saw with the one-handed catch like
You
this.
think he can ever get back to that?
No. Youth and too many injuries. But he still has enough experience. He has wide receiver experience where I don't always have to beat you with my exceptional athleticism. Yeah. I can set you up.
I think he can though. In the right situation. I think it's not going to be this anymore, the whole, it's not gonna be the poster anymore, but it can be top 10 still.
Oh no, yes, 100. He could be a dominant wide receiver, 100%.
That's what I was gonna ask y'all. Could he be a wide receiver
number
again?
one? Yes.
I think he can still touch that top 6, 7, 5 range, almost like in that range. And it's just because the league does this thing where they intentionally run you through the mud, so you don't get no more big deals if you cross too many people or organizations. That's just how the nature of when you are in another people's business is, and when you just an asset. So OBJ was given the ultimatum of, look, you can behave in New York or we're gonna ship you off somewhere else. Yeah. And they shipped him off to Cleveland. They sent him to Siberia, basically NFL Siberia. And just recently they started to have success, so credit to them for just starting to have success, but without OBJ. So now he's become, like Fivo was saying, a depreciated asset in the marketplace. And now they're probably going to let him go when there's maybe 1 year left on his deal or whatever. And you can see him go to a team. I think that he has not the same level of the name I'm about to say, of talent. But I think he'll have a Randy Moss effect on a team if he can go to the right situation.
Right. I put it to you like this.
I got 2 situations that's the right ones. Who are yours?
Green Bay's number one.
That's your number one. I would put him there.
Okay.
Why?
I mean, no, that's not my number one. That's what I'm saying.
I got you. Well, I don't have them in no particular order, but Green Bay is definitely one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Who you got?
Miami.
Miami could work.
There's not as much pressure. He would be a number one.
The weather, lifestyle.
I think San Fran and Arizona.
I like
Arizona
those.
Already got too much. I don't know about Arizona.
I like those.
I think that him and Hopkins would go fucking nuts. I think it would be insane. I think it would be some of the craziest shit we've ever seen. We'd be like, these catches.
Let me tell you who my number 2 is. My number 2 is New Orleans.
Oh yeah, that'd be tough. Yeah, him on opposite side of Michael Thomas.
Yep. Even if Michael Thomas is gone, being Jameis' guy, Jameis gonna get him the ball. Yep. And he would have a resurgence. He'd be back in Louisiana, familiar territory.
You know
Pittsburgh, actually. I think he'd be kind of dope there. Him and Tomlin.
Yeah, he could play there. But if I was OBJ, I wouldn't want to go to Pittsburgh because the future of the quarterback position is a big question mark. The one of the main reasons why I said Green Bay was because if you're serious about keeping Aaron Rodgers, you go get OBJ.
Mm-hmm.
Because now Aaron Rodgers got to be like, well, shit, I got Devontae, I got OBJ, I got MVS, I got who's this guy that I just said that they brought in? You know I'm bad with names.
Cobb.
You know what I'm saying?
Rodgers.
They drafted this other guy. So Aaron got to look at that like, shit. You know what I'm saying? I also think Seattle needs to take a very hard look at bringing in OBJ.
Absolutely.
And that's not to say Tyler Lockett and DK ain't got it on lock. Well, Russell Wilson, OBJ, DK, how do you
put Tyler
guard
in the
that?
slot? Yeah.
Well, you put OBJ or Tyler in the slot. How do you put DK in the slot? How do you guard that? You know what I'm saying? How many teams got a defensive backfield that even got one guy that could guard one of those guys?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, I think that it'd be best for OBJ to go to a culture or a team that has a quarterback that is bigger than OBJ.
Right.
Because part of the issue in Cleveland is that OBJ is still a bigger star than Baker. And Baker's the quarterback. And Baker's going to be there. So the question is, star wide receiver, Baker is the guy, but, when are you going to get OBJ the ball?
Yeah, it's too much pressure.
He goes to Green Bay. If OBJ has 2 catches, they're talking about OBJ. They're not talking about, oh, well, is Aaron Rodgers this? No, it's what it is. What it is. You go to Seattle, there's no issue. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like there's just no issue. So to me, he should go to a place where there's an established coach or an established quarterback.
Kansas City.
I agree with that too. Man, he go to Kansas City.
Why not?
Them boys gonna average 55 a game.
Imagine Tyreek Hill, OBJ, and then you just send in, bro. Kelsey would eat on shallow crosses all
day,
all game. It's just like we gotta cover these two. Like they're running.
Mm-hmm. You know what? You know, to me, if OBJ goes to Kansas City, it's very much like what Tom Brady has in Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because in Tampa Bay, you can't double nobody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can't double Mike because Godwin is going to get open. Scotty Miller in the slot is going to do what he does, and you know how Tom Brady loves slot receivers. Gronk, you ain't got to double Gronk no more, but Gronk is still, you know, in the red zone, and when you need him to do something, AB, like, you can't double team all of that. You know what I'm saying? So there's always going to be something open. To me, if I'm Kansas City and I'm Andy Reid, I'm like, hey, like 3 or lower, how many of them draft picks you need for me to get OBJ?
Mm-hmm.
Gotta do
it's and obviously we just naming teams now and we can move on after this. But I'll throw one more team out there maybe people would not like, but I think he would revive his career there. Because the offense is Minnesota. I think the Vikings would be actually a really good fit for him and his talent. They would use him a lot of like digs. They use him on across from Thielen. You know what I mean? Him be able to do a lot of, just a lot of X route stuff, you know what I mean? A lot of flies, and he would just eat, you know what I mean, across the middle all game.
I like it on paper, but again, weak culture, weak quarterback. I think we're reliving Browns 2.0 again. He goes to an organization like that.
Okay,
no,
I can see that.
You send him. Marty is absolutely right. That's what I was going to say. You send him to the Bills across from Diggs. That's the best place. I don't look at some of those teams with the 2 wide receivers as a place for OBJ to fit because it's too many MCs, not enough Mikes type thing for me a lot of times. Like a place like even in Minnesota. Minnesota has 2 wideouts. They have legit 2 starting wide receivers. You don't necessarily and he could work there. Don't get me wrong. I just think it would maybe like cause some rift in the locker room.
But
I
think it depends on the quarterback, right? Like when you look at Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson, those guys.
Yeah, that's different.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's where it ends with the dual wide receiver sets.
I give you that.
Everybody else is
because almost every other quarterback is going to rely on their primary target. And then the rest of y'all just get whatever y'all get. Mm-hmm. But the likes of the Aaron Rodgers, the Pat Mahomes, the Russell Wilsons, if you open, you're going to get a rock. If this game you only got 2 catches or 3 targets, it is what it is.
That's on you. Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? But those guys, it don't matter who open. Just like Drew Brees. You know, like if Drew Brees was still in New Orleans, I'll go get OBJ.
Yeah.
You know, and not saying that you don't get OBJ because Jameis is there, but it would have been nicer with, you know.
We got a super chat from Weedham Boys. Weedham Boys said NFL media has the Rams as Super Bowl contenders because Matthew Stafford is their QB. Is he overrated?
No, he's not. I think he's properly rated. I think a lot of the NFL world does not give a damn about Matthew Stafford, and that's where he deserves to be because he was in Detroit. But I think that he's properly rated right now and has the ability to show and improve his stock. In a lot of people's eyes, he's going to be in La La Land. Obviously, you're not going to be competing with the Lakers in that city yet. Maybe if the NFL can put some more money into Rams. Also, that's a team OBJ would be dope on too, and he would actually like that. He would light that shit up. Honestly, in Sean McVay's system, bro, you thought what's his name was good? Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, jet sweeps.
Yeah.
Short stuff, option routes, wide receiver screens, reverses, all that type of stuff that Sean McVay likes. And then you got a big arm quarter. Look, if we're just talking arm strength, not even arm talent, but just arm strength, Matt Stafford's top 3.
I still think he's overrated. I think I question his leadership skills. I just don't. I ain't seen nothing to make me have to believe in him. Yeah, he has a lot of talent, but let's see how that translates with the big lights. Like you said, he hid in Detroit. He was able to hide. All the blame for all their mishaps and all their inefficiencies went towards other people, and rightfully so. But at the same time, I still think there's some blame that needs to go to quarterback, no matter what the case. If you're playing quarterback, you're ultimately responsible for your team, and you deserve some of that credit, just like you deserve some of that blame.
I thought he got blamed when he was in Detroit.
He did.
They were killing him in Detroit from what I saw.
He got blamed.
Most of the time I saw it on coaches, and he was able to hide. And that same person that they're killing.
I wouldn't say hide. Here's the thing. I think that it's fair to say that he could have taken more blame, but at the same time, when you look at the situation, like, I'll put it to you like this. The greatest Detroit Lion to ever play, I think, is a toss-up between Barry Sanders and Megatron. And look at how they treated both of them.
Look how they both left.
And look at how they both left. So for Matt Stafford to be burdened with, the 0-16 season and all of that type, you're like, bro, what was he supposed to do when you can't even take care of arguably the two greatest players at their position? The Detroit Lions had arguably the two greatest players at their position. And what did you squandered that.
And why do you question his leadership skill?
I just never saw a lot from that team. And I thought that at times he had talent around him.
I was really disappointed with the fact that he couldn't, bring Joyke Bell out of his shell. Like, come on. Like, what are we talking about, Sheldon? Come on now.
Because remember when they were the comeback cats? Yeah. I mean, they were lighting the league on fire that one season when they had to come back from all those wins. That's pretty good leadership to me.
Yeah, I can't believe he wasn't able to lead Reggie Bush to a title. Like, come on now.
Yeah. And Ken, you always bring up Caldwell. When they were under Caldwell, you saw exponential growth from Matt Stafford. You know what I'm saying? The moment he left, he regressed back to what he always was.
And isn't that part of that on him?
But you know what? Yes, to a degree, but I think it's bigger on the organization because organizations can fail players. Why do you think LeBron left the first time? Organizations can stifle your progression. And I think that's what the Lions did to Matt Stafford. Like, Matt Stafford can never reach the pinnacle of his own powers.
LeBron wanted to be a major market. Don't compare that because he was going to the major market no matter what Cleveland did.
Mm-hmm. So you mean to tell me
he went to Miami for the
when
the
he
lights.
has Junis Agauskas and all of them, that if they would have got him a borderline all-star,
remember they got him Antoine Jameson instead of
Omari Stoudemire.
That was it. That's when he was like, all right, I'm gone.
He was gonna leave anyway. They always going towards the major markets. That's part of it. That's why he's in LA.
I don't think he was kind of built like that though.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, he really wanted to bring a championship to Cleveland
because he's from there.
That's why he came back, because it was gonna build.
Because he never wanted to leave.
Yeah, I think,
but they weren't doing it right.
If they would have built a championship contender legitimately for LeBron during his first stint, then I could have seen them leave if he would have won a championship. He would have left and probably never came back. But the fact of the matter is that organization didn't listen to LeBron. They didn't take care of LeBron. So LeBron went elsewhere. And what did Pat Riley do? What do you want, Bron? You want shooting? I'm gonna go get you Ray Allen.
He got him.
You know what I'm saying? So then what happened? Think about this. What happened? What did the owner do? Wrote this whole letter. Oh, we're gonna win before you. This, that, and the third. What happened the next season? 2 seasons. LeBron won a championship. Mm-hmm. So when LeBron came back to Cleveland, Dan Snyder, right? Dan Snyder. No. Dan somebody.
Dan Quinn.
No,
it's not Quinn.
Dan
Gilbert.
Yeah.
Dan Gilbert. Whatever LeBron wanted, he got.
Oh, yeah.
J.R. Smith with a contract. I want Kevin Love. Trade Wiggins. Do this, do that. And what did they do? They won a championship. And now what? They're going to be the worst team for the next 15 until Dan Gilbert sells the damn franchise. You see what I'm saying? So organizations can mess up a player. And I don't think Stafford and I don't think the Rams are, in my opinion, a legit Super Bowl contender.
That's why he's overrated. But that's it.
But they are elevated over what they was with Jared Goff, and they got to a Super Bowl with Jared Goff. And granted, they also had who's the running back? Todd Gurley. Mm-hmm. And Todd Gurley was a top 2 running back at the time.
Right.
Now they got Sony Michel, not a top 2 running back.
Put it like this.
What happened?
Put it like this, FIFO. Is Matt Stafford a better QB than Ryan Tannehill?
Yes.
And the Titans have been in contention every single year. If you build around Last Tuesday. In this era. So you have Henry, and they've been in contention, and people continue to say that Ryan Tannehill is going to make leaps and bounds, and the offense will take another step as they add pieces in on ESPN and all that stuff. I think Matthew Stafford is a much better QB than that situation, and if things hold true, and if they put the same requisite talent around him as they're doing Tannehill, I think you can get better results than that. And they damn near almost AFC Championship game. You know what I mean?
I just each situation is different. I just look at it like what I'm saying is I would need to see it on the field in case. So where do you see them going this year? Like, in your opinion, they're Super Bowl contenders to you?
Plus, let me add something too. They play in the hardest division in football, so it's not even close.
So are they Super Bowl contenders to you?
No. And I said I don't think they're Super Bowl.
That's
contenders.
why he's overrated.
Well, what? How do you define contender? You mean that you think that it is a very realistic chance that in February we'll be seeing them in there?
Correct.
Well, there's only like 4 or 5 of those teams to me. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. So if everybody's just like we're saying, Zach Wilson is Aaron Rodgers. If it's not what you're saying, then it's overrated. Everybody's saying immediate Super Bowl contenders. Now, would they be better than they were with Jared Goff? Maybe. I don't think so.
But you know what?
Because of the fact we talked about it, that running game is going to struggle.
Yeah.
But is he a better quarterback than Jared Goff? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But will the team be better? Are they Super Bowl contenders? No.
They'll be better. They're not Super Bowl contenders, but I think that part of that label that they're giving them has to do with Sean McVay as well. I don't think it's just all Matt Stafford. Now, obviously, it's the move that happened that brought him here. Then now they're saying that. But I think a lot of that has to do with Sean McVay as well. And I think that the people that make these lines in Vegas and all of that are looking at, well, Sean McVay did it with Jared Goff. Sean McVay is arguably, one of the best up-and-coming, or he's already arrived.
It's two-dimensional thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what it is. Oh, if he can do this with Jared Goff, he can definitely do it with
this.
But I don't think that makes him overrated because people don't think beyond basic.
And I also think that with Matt Stafford on that roster, he can overcome some of the deficiencies between him and Sean McVay. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like Matt Stafford's only been in the league 2-3 years. Like Matt Stafford has a lot of experience. And we've also seen, again, under better tutelage, turnovers, leadership, all of that stuff, is better controlled. So that's the expectation. They are a better team. Super Bowl contenders, hell no. If they were in the NFC East, hell yeah. In the NFC, no, bro. Like, because our roster wise, obviously, and at the top of that Rams roster is very, very, it's crazy. But the depth of it is not there. Are they a better overall team than the Cardinals? Better overall team than the Seahawks? Better overall team than the 49ers? I could say no to all three. So that's why I don't necessarily believe that they're Super Bowl contenders, but I definitely think that they will be vying for a playoff spot.
Is he injury prone?
Stafford?
He takes a lot of risks. He's just a risk taker, man, and that's what. And the thing is, I've heard the opposite about Stafford's leadership. I heard that he's a dog when it comes to galvanizing guys. It's just because if you look at, I think he went to Georgia. So in those teams, I mean, Calvin went to Georgia Tech, right? And he went to Georgia, right? Okay, so
Georgia Tech,
yeah. So Matt Stafford, when he was in his college team, his teammates loved the fact that he would put his body on the line. They loved the fact that he was like the guy in the huddle. And maybe he's not, the rah-rah guy now, but I still see him on the sideline like, hey, we gonna do this. We gonna do this. Like, that happens all the time on those little NFL film things. I see him the most of a lot of the QBs, actually. So I think that a leadership position in LA, I think he'll transfer well, man. I think that offense, a lot of motion, a lot of trapdoor stuff that's going to be, it's going to be hard to stop, actually, because Matthew Stafford's arm is probably one of the top 5 arms in the league.
Top 3.
Really? Yeah. Like, he has an absolute cannon.
It's and the top 4, you can put them in any order that you want. Pat Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, Matt Stafford.
Yeah. Still. And even Aaron Rodgers, I'm sorry, but even Aaron Rodgers talks about, Matt Stafford does things that I wish I could do. I look at him and there are things that he does that's just so natural that people just don't see that I envy, or he said something along those lines like people don't appreciate Matthew Stafford and how just like the sidearm like look away passes, like that's not normal. He's definitely one of those aliens, you know what I mean?
Super chats.
Yes. The next super chat is from Brendan Irvin. What's up, Brendan? He said, which head coach in the NFL is on the hot seat?
Bill Belichick.
No. He ain't going nowhere. He's not going nowhere.
Nagy is on the hot seat.
He is.
Man, his seat is being currently cooked right now. It's not on a hot seat. His seat is being charbroiled. That shit is done with him. As far as I'm concerned.
You know what? Even though it's a hot seat, it's not as hot as you're saying, Q, only because they drafted Justin Fields. If they would have went into this season and says Andy Dalton's the answer, it's a wrap for Matt Nagy. But because they can go to him and then see, what happens, I think Matt Nagy is relatively safe.
To me, Matt Nagy is where San Francisco was with Chip Kelly the year before they brought in Kyle Shanahan. That's who Matt Nagy is. He's the Chip Kelly.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, because
you know why? Because with Trubisky, they won games, and Matt Nagy had to figure out how to utilize a guy that can't throw in the NFL, and won games with that. So that again, that's partly why I think they kept him, and I think that again, Justin Fields made the seat not as hot. It's hot. Okay. It's hot. It's way hotter than lukewarm. But it ain't charboiled though. It ain't hibachi.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I think they're gonna go into this season. If that team has any type of struggles, they're gonna pair him with the coach that they want to pair him, whoever that is, and hopefully it's a Bieniemy or somebody like that can guide this man in the right direction and get what you got, what they got from.
Who else? Anybody else?
Yeah, we got like. I think that we should definitely talk about Cliff Kingsbury.
That's what I was looking at, but I don't know yet. He just got there.
Yeah, I think it's lukewarm. I think if it's a bad season or they're really not in playoff contention, I think it gets hot.
Pete Carroll.
It's barely warm. It's room temp.
Nope. Pete Carroll got that organization. Pete Carroll got that organization by the balls, man. Pete Carroll has Seahawks it's over for that. Nah. Russ is going to go before Pete Carroll does.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Mike McCarthy.
It depends on how it looks.
Jerry's pride.
I think it's very lukewarm right now. If it looks bad, the worse they look, the hotter the seat for Mike McCarthy.
Well, that's anybody. But especially Dallas.
No, especially him. Yeah. But see, I wanted to go on the flip side. Who do you think has the coldest seat? To me, Brian Flores. He ain't going nowhere.
The coldest seat?
Or Andy Reid.
Or Andy Reid, too.
Well, we mean aside from the guys like the Belichicks and the people that can retire when they want to.
Yeah,
I'll tell you whose seat should be hot. I'll tell you whose seat should be hot. That's a better question than me. The motherfucking Harbaugh.
That's what I was going to say, Q.
Yep.
Q, that was the name I was going to say. I was going to name him as one. And I forgot. I was like,
because he has not delivered, and everyone just wants to put all this shit on the black QB when every other QB who don't look like us does the same amount of success and loses. They say he'll be back, and we just got to get pieces around him and this and that. But no one points to Harbaugh scheming. No one points to that run game and how predictable the offense becomes in the playoffs. And that starts with the head coach. You got to look at him.
And that's why I think, and you're right, Q, I think they will look at him now. I think they have no choice but to look at him at this point for that reason. Tracy G with the super chat. Tracy said, should Portland try to get K-Love next season? You joke about that, I know.
God bless K-Love, man.
Yeah.
God bless.
What is Kevin Love now?
Nothing.
What is he?
Nothing. An advocate? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
what,
Kevin Love is...
Why not, though? I think
because he's cooked, Ken. He's cooked. He's cooked. That's what he is. He's cooked. His knees are fucked. Have you seen his knees?
He's charbroiled.
Yes.
He'll be the second best player on that team.
Oh, wow.
I don't know.
Look,
They need another guy that can play.
But look, man,
can't play.
he got sent. He got sent home.
He can't play, or the fact that he don't
Team
want to
USA.
play.
Team USA sent him home.
I don't think
Team USA sent him home, man. Nah.
That's the same thing. He's done, man. He's cooked.
I think he don't want to play in Cleveland. I think he just.
I don't think he want to play. Period.
But Ken, outside,
He couldn't. He didn't play in the Olympics.
Yeah, he went home. Outside of being a spot up shooter, do you really think he could rebound nowadays?
Yes. I think his thing is motivation. The man got the depression.
I saw Kevin
So
Love
when
eating
you
a
down-
hot dog on the sidelines.
Look, when you're not feeling it, then you're not going to give it your all. But I think he get in a situation where he's winning, his morale is high. I think he'll play better.
but his body's betrayed him at this point. It's too late.
Bro, he can't move his feet no more, man. Like those knees are gone. Like it looks bad. Like he looks elderly as fuck out there on the court. It looks bad out there. So I'm to the point where K Love only got one or two.
Motivation, man.
I saw him he was standing in line in front of me at the Hawks game
Ugh.
at the concession stand.
Mhm.
So he's done. It's over.
You saw K.
It's his motivation, man.
I think it's
Cleveland.
I think it's part of that, Ken. But when I look at the physical aspect of K Love's game, I think the game is passing him by. Who's he gonna guard at his position? Even if he plays the 5, you putting him against Embiid? You putting him against Joker? Who you putting him up against?
He never could.
I'm not putting him. I'm not putting him up
worse
against
now.
Bismack Biyombo. I'm not putting him up against Bismack. That's like it's bad, man. Like you got to look at the fact that Team USA sent him home, and they said he was out of shape. He came in, told us he was going to play his way into shape, and he was going to use this as a way to get motivated. And he was just like, "I think I'm gonna go home." That just shows you what he been depressed for 5 years now.
It's
dude.
Cleveland.
Yeah, he's over. He's done.
He been depressed since he broke up with LeBron.
Since LeBron left him. Her second part of the question was, will the Bears be playoff contenders? Yes,
Yeah,
they will. They
of
will.
course.
No.
The Bears? Ken, with a top
Anybody
5
quarterback.
defense?
Anybody can play quarterback. All they got to do is run the ball and put the defense out.
Bro,
there.
the Bears have been almost wild card teams the last 2 years with Trubisky.
All right.
Yeah. Marty McFly with the super chat. He said sleeper player this year and big boom or bust. The sleeper player is going to be Jameis Winston. I think Jameis is going to have a really, really, really good year this year.
Joe Burrow.
Sleeper?
Okay,
No.
maybe not. Jameis is good. I'll go with Jameis.
Mm.
You don't leave. I want to get your NBA Hard Knock team.
Let me see. Sleeper NFL player this year. I'm going to say. That's a good question. I don't have one, so I'll go with Jameis.
Yeah, that's a good question. We got to come with that, like our all sleeper team on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
no.
we do
Remember,
that.
we're doing all of the rest of the positions.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
we'll do that.
Yeah,
We'll do that.
yeah. We have to do that next Thursday or something.
But
Jalen Rager.
wait, what was the question? Somebody said something about Jalen Rager.
No, the biggest sleeper in the NFL.
And big boomer bust for your big boomer bust, we're gonna go with your wide receiver Smith.
Man, big boomer bust.
He's big bust.
Boomer bust
Boomer.
with CeeDee Lamb,
You think he's gonna boom?
or he could bust. It's boom or bust, right? It's not
And
just
big
boom.
bust. I think
it's that tight end.
I think he
I'm
can.
gonna say it's that tight end in Atlanta.
Oh yeah, that's mine.
Boomer bust.
Kyle
Boomer
Pitts.
bust.
Yeah.
He is either gonna be Megatron like y'all talking about, or it's gonna be mid, and I'm not even gonna look at the rest of his games. I'm over.
Yeah, I switched it to Kyle Pitts because I'm mad at Atlanta for picking a tight end that high, but I'm not mad at picking the talent that was there. But I still would have taken Justin Fields.
There's no way not to. That's your quarterback of the future, and they needed that. That's exact. I don't understand why none of them teams didn't do it. That's your major position.
Oh, J.K. Dobbins is a good one.
He's going. Yeah, he's
I
a
think
good
he's
sleeper.
boom.
He's
Well,
a
yeah, I
good
think
sleeper.
he's a sleeper.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
But I do think Devontae Smith will bust, and the only reason I think so, it's not him playing. I just think he'll be injured. I think he's gonna miss most of the year. I'm sorry.
We got another one?
Yes, we got a few more. Tracy G. Again, Tracy, we appreciate the love.
Yes, ma'am.
will the Warriors have to depend on Clay and Andre since Steph is emotionally spent since Dale kicks Sonya out for having a life
Good
too?
Lord.
Having a life too? Is that what you call cheating on that man,
see
breaking his
how-
heart?
You see how
She
women
tweaking.
She broke that man's heart.
Did you see who
She
was cheating with?
tweaking,
Oh,
bro.
my gosh.
Oh, she got caught. It's out.
She tweaking, bro.
Hold on, man. Wife
Tracy.
was out. No, I saw Clay hit like 10 threes in practice. That's what Sonya was doing.
Good Lord.
Yeah, I think Steph's gonna be motivated. He's gonna be fine.
Look,
Like I said, I think Steph knew that was going on all the time.
look. When Dale said this family is known for hitting threes, this is not what the fuck he meant. But that's not what the fuck he meant. But Sonya, holla at a young nigga since it's like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what's up? Like,
That's a good one. Tracy, I'm shocked at you though for saying that though. Like having a life too. Having a life.
Let that lady have a life.
Now, hold on, let me show you.
Yes.
Who she's cheating with, bro.
Why not?
man, don't let your marriage stop you from finding your soulmate. Like, bro, what the fuck? Like, you know,
Hey, man.
Don't let marriage get away having a good time.
I'm joking. I'm joking. Yeah.
Shit.
You got one life
Be
live.
faithful to these black women out here, y'all.
NFL player back in 1988.
Man, what was Dale doing?
yeah.
What was Dale? Dale was fucking up, bro. Dale was doing something wrong at the crib, man.
Dale was
to
in the,
step out like
he was in
that.
them streets. Josh Bros with the super chat. Speaking as a Bears fan, Matt Nagy has to go. He need to go. Play calling is so clearly second rate.
Yep.
And he doesn't get the best out of his team. Thoughts?
It might be the talent. Mitchell Trubisky.
I don't think it's
now,
talent.
Mitchell Trubisky.
And now Andy Dalton until JF step on the field.
I don't think it's talent, man.
Let him give him a shot with better talent.
Mm-hmm.
I just bit my tongue. Damn, this shit hurt.
Hey, that's a good boomer bust. He said somebody said Trey Lance.
Yeah, James. FIFO showed me the photo. I think she white though.
She
You saw the ends of her hair. She's black.
She black.
She's black.
She got melanin, bro.
She's high yellow, man.
Yeah, she ain't leave him for the white dude. I don't believe that. She might have left him for one of them brothers, but she ain't leave him for the white dude.
She rate the Rachel Dollars all.
Well, she didn't leave her husband. She wanted the white dude and the black dude.
Oh, okay.
So, son, she fucking knew Gingrich. Like, this shit is terrible. Like, like this shit is terrible. Black men, we taking L's. We done lost Serena and so what the fuck going on? We gotta have a tribunal.
Hell no.
Hey, the super chat from Alex Hayes. Alex, what's happening? Alex said, y'all still confident in Trevor in Jacksonville being successful? Yeah, he will be successful, not Jacksonville necessarily. Reports saying some players don't like Urban's college-like ways.
Okay, well that's an Urban
They'll
thing.
be out of there. Then.
Yeah, we already talked about how he's nowhere for long.
Yep.
Some players don't like his play style.
There's reports out that he's not feeling the system, and I think that.
There's an adjustment period.
Well, you know what? Some players should shut the hell up and realize they in Jacksonville. Y'all ain't done shit. Like,
that too. You know what the hell you signed up for if you're going there. You know
this is Urban Meyer. Like, he run this state almost. Like,
there's gonna be a transition period. Like even Nick Saban struggled.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? In the NFL, there's gonna be some type of a transitional period, and at the end of the day, whether Urban Meyer is there or not, Trevor Lawrence, aka Sunshine, is going to be fine.
Yes.
Like, look, of course he's gonna struggle. He's devoid of talent. Even the number one running back that they drafted this year,
ETN,
he not there for the whole year. So it is what it is. But again, what did I say? You got to look for the things that you can't coach that just God gave him. God gave him size, physicality, and a big arm. A big arm. He'll be all right, even if it's without Urban Meyer. Trevor Lawrence is going to be all right.
and he got that stud running back there too. So was that the last one?
Yeah, that was the last
No,
one.
I think there's like one or two.
No,
there's a couple more.
You sure?
I mean, y'all can send us some more. It's fine. Cam.
Oh wait, never mind. No.
Cam is going to start because Cam returns to New England's practice, and Bill Belichick says he did not violate team rules.
Oh,
so for Belichick to come out and say, kind of defend Cam a little bit,
Well, look, man. Shortly.
Yeah.
I have a question. Just to, I don't know if we're wrapping up.
That's $5 though, Q.
Oh yeah, my fault. Let me go send it. No, but like,
go ahead.
nah. But when it comes to Hard Knocks, I saw this earlier or today on Undisputed for some reason. So forgive me. But if you had to pick a team, non-Lakers, non-Brooklyn, pick 2 teams that you would want to see an NBA Hard Knocks style, East and West.
You said non-Lakers, non-Brooklyn. Let me look real
For
quick.
the West, Memphis.
Okay,
Memphis.
John Morant.
Yeah.
Why Memphis?
A lot of young talent, and then Ja taking that, that leadership step.
Mhm.
And we know he's a leader. He's a great leader. But again, this is his 3rd year. And what do I say? 3 to 5. That's when the most growth happens. And this is a very young, talented team. I like the rookie that they brought in, the EuroLeague rookie. I couldn't fucking tell you his name. I'm bad with
He's
names.
dope.
But he's a 7-footer with guard skill. So I'm interested to see what happens in Memphis.
Mine is very easy, Q. For the East, give me Philly.
Okay.
Period.
Yep,
I
a
mean,
lot of drama.
Yeah, a lot of drama. We want to see what's happening with that. For the West, I want to see the Clippers. And
yeah, I can see that.
The reason why we know what Clippers.
Yeah.
Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we talk about youth movement, wanting to see somebody else other than that, I would look at a team like I was thinking Golden State.
So for the East, you know who I want to see?
Ooh.
Chicago.
That's what I was going to say. I want to see Lonzo, DeMar, and Zach, and how they all have those chips on their shoulder. Like teams didn't want us, guys were traded for us. Let's be. It's damn near like the Expendables almost. You know what I mean?
Yep. So give me Memphis, give me Chicago.
I want to see the Hawks too, the youth movement.
Yeah.
Just because they
Hawks will be live just because of Atlanta.
Yes, and because this could have been the step. You know what I'm saying? They got to the playoffs, and not only did they get to the playoffs, they showed out in the playoffs. So it's like, are they going to be too confident, or are they going to be just right to, take the league by storm and be like, hey, we're the best team in the East this year. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Forget being top 3, top 4. We're the best, and we're going to show you. Or we think we're the best, and we go out there and we stink it up. You know what I'm saying? So the Hawks are very interesting.
They are. And
I would want to see. I would want to see. This might go against a lot of convention, but I would actually want to see the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat would be a dope because just because of the intense workouts, all the lore around their body fat fucking obsession, all the, Jimmy Butler practices that we could see mic'd up, and just seeing little guys like Tyler Herro in their comeback season, Robinson off his deal, trading, guys like Kendrick Nunn are gone, and, guys like Goran Dragic are leaving. So it's going to be the Bam, elevation. That would be dope. And then probably for the West, I would want to see the dysfunction of New Orleans. I got to see what the fuck is going on. I got to see what's going on.
I just thought about it too, and then I want to get yours, Q. I mean, yours, Ken. I was thinking about Minnesota for the same reason. I think that Anthony Edwards is hilariously entertaining, and I like to see the type of leader and what type of person Cat is.
Shit, Charlotte in Minnesota would be so dope.
That's what I was gonna say. He said Charlotte. I was trying to not be a homer and say Charlotte.
I know. I was waiting. I was like, hey, okay. And then,
no, but it's dope though.
And plus, I want to hide Melo. I want LaMelo to calm down. I really want him to calm down and keep his mouth closed. He's killing me right now.
No, he is. He's just like a daddy.
What's he saying?
He won't.
Yeah, he's just like his dad.
He's saying everything. Yep. The man the other day said he's better than his brother.
But I feel that. That's okay.
He can say that.
Say it though. I wanted to be quiet right now. Just be quiet.
But no. But I like the fact that he's the opposite of Lonzo too.
You don't need school.
I like that.
I like the fact that he's outgoing and he's outspoken, but not that much. I just want to be.
He's a daddy. What's the last name? Hey, he the youngest.
He a ball, man.
You know, in the West, who I would also like to see, Denver.
I was thinking Denver, but I was thinking they would be boring.
No. Denver is in a state of flux, right? We know that the foundation is great, but the foundation is a little cracked. Jamal Murray's coming back from injury. Joker had an MVP season, right? That duality is drama. Then you have. Did y'all see Bol Bol in Summer League?
Oh,
boy,
Lord, we doing this again.
No, it's coming. It's coming.
Go ahead.
Look, unleash the Kraken. I'm trying to tell y'all. Give him one more year. One more year is gonna be there. Just one more year.
Say that every year,
but he's only been it's been a year, and he was coming off of the same foot injury that kept Embiid out.
Yep. So between fine. He don't want to hear the Bol Bol stuff, right?
That's cool.
PJ,
he's really talented.
No, he is. But fine, fuck it. We'll temper Bol Bol. We'll put him over here. But between the duality of Jamal Murray and Joker, right? MPJ, where does he fit? They just picked up Aaron Gordon. Like there's a lot of moving pieces, and then it's kind of like, does Denver trend up? Do they stay flat, or do they trend down?
I think they're trending up. And Bol Bol, though, he has a lot of talent. I just don't see how it translates to the game right now.
I think MPJ is going to get to the
ball point. Handle, he can shoot, he can block shots, he does it all.
It just don't.
I think MPJ is going to get to the point, FIFO, where he going to want more touches. And if Mike Malone can't do it, we're going to have some issues very soon.
Hey, I'm not worried about no Mike Malone.
Yeah.
To me, that's the thing I'm least worried about on that team.
He's a great coach, man. He's a fantastic coach. One of the best offensive coaches we have.
And you know why I'm not worried about Mike Malone no matter where he goes? Mm-hmm. He got through to DeMarcus Cousins. How long has DeMarcus Cousins been in this league?
Yeah.
And nobody's gotten through to him like Mike Malone. If you can crack the toughest nut, you one hell of a damn coach, bro.
He's great. Coach. Yeah, I mean, it's really no coincidence that every year under Mike Malone, Murray and Jokic continue to get better. It's not even like they plateau years. Every year is another step. Yep. So you can see hands-on growth from him and his staff. So you got to give him credit there. But I would love to see just this concept take more place in sports media, where we get this look behind the curtain with these NBA guys. Even if it was like, half the time they showed like some of the G League affiliate teams, and then they showed the team, just like the league. You know what I mean? Showing like, just like content like that would be kind of cool. But if they kept it to the teams, I would probably want to see, give me Miami, give me New Orleans. I gotta see why the dysfunction in New Orleans is the way it is. I have to know what the fuck is David Griffin not doing in that building that has Zion looking. Zion, every time he's in a jersey, he looks depressed. I've never seen it. I've never seen a player who is after, like, I've never seen a player post game after wins be like, yeah, it was a great team. Like, he don't want to be there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know another. Wait, hold on, Ken. We gonna close it out with Ken. So let's get all of the other joints out the way. You know another one I think is very interesting because of the potential drama.
Who is it?
Portland.
I was thinking that too.
But I think that'll be a very interesting Hard Knocks.
Dame watch, you be on Dame watch the whole time. Like, the guys saying they want. I can see it now. Like, Dame getting his leg wrapped in, the training room. Like the guys talking about, I want to trade and shit. I didn't even ask for a trade. This is all this media shit. Like, I want to hear those narratives, man. I want to see Zion. So, do you want to be here? Well, I like the city. My family doesn't really like it. Like, I want to see those things. Even when you brought up Memphis, just seeing guys like Jaren Jackson and Ja. Young dogs getting ready to run. Like, I want to see that gear up season. NBA is missing out on, in my opinion, $1 billion market.
Oh, 100.
With this behind the scenes footage. Nobody pulls in I guess you could say, the opinions, and no one is as invested in the individual players, in my opinion, as NBA fans are. Because these guys are becoming influencers and brands outside of their jerseys, to the point where we want to see how their personalities and their mannerisms actually translate on the court, because we fuck with them as humans instead of just, he's good at basketball. People like Jimmy Butler because he's funny and stuff he does on Instagram with wine. People are listening to Carmelo's podcast, stuff like this. We want to see these guys, like, guys like Karl Anthony Towns are on Twitch all the time. They have whole followings outside of their sports. So the NBA is missing out on, in my opinion, a gold mine of content, as well as fans who would be way more invested to buy guys' jerseys because they don't know their stories. How the fuck am I do that?
It's coming though, because LeBron James is pulling for it, so that's what's gonna happen.
And guess what? If Hard Knocks don't do it, he got a TV production company. He'll do it.
He'll do it himself.
Thanks.
Who you got, Kim?
East Cleveland Cavaliers.
Why?
Get him out of here.
Kevin Love
security
session.
Stop.
Okay. No, that's a hot mess of a franchise.
It is. It's a mess, and I agree with that. I can see that.
But there's nobody on that roster that people are really rooting for like that.
Man, all 5 viewers of that series would
drama. There's gonna be some drama. You got the point guards battling each other. Yeah. You got Kevin Love, who may end up being a backup center.
Just like this last chance, you develop those people to follow and root for from watching the show.
Yeah, man, Kevin Love's mama ain't watching that shit, Ken. Like that's just, I'm gonna be real with you.
Who your team in the West?
I like the Timberwolves. I want to see what AE can do.
Yeah, Timberwolves are a good one.
Yeah, and Portland definitely. I agree with y'all there.
I gotta see Towns and how he is in practice, because I just from certain ways guys are in practice. You know, if you a hooper, just the way guys approach practice, it tells me everything I need to know. Everything. Like, even if guys are quiet and reserved, there are guys like Kawhi who go into the gym and they put their fucking work in. They put their work in.
The biggest question mark I have for Cat overall, it's not the talent, it's the competitiveness. You know what I'm saying? Like does he bring it all the time? Mm-hmm. And that's partly why I would be very interested in the Minnesota Hard Knocks, because is Cat bringing it all the time? Because when you're the leader or the face of the franchise, if you don't bring it every day, you're not the guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we've seen Jimmy call him out. And in my opinion, in one very short season, nah, we're getting spammed. In one very short season, who the rookie out of UGA? You know I love him. Anthony Edwards. That's the face of the franchise. It is not Cat. It is not Cat.
Already. It's clear.
Cool. Well, yeah, that was
we got a couple more super chats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like 2 or 3.
Josh Bros with the super chat. Josh says expectations for Zach Wilson. He looks hella nice.
Zach Wilson will be, how do I say this? Zach Wilson is going to be the
Slightly
2021. That is in line with what I'm seeing. But I would say a little bit better than that. I think maybe like 2015. What was the season after when Nick Foles was like really great and had that great season? He's going to be Foles after that season, in my opinion. That
Blake
talent
Bortles.
level.
Hell no. He got more pizzazz than that.
Yeah, he's better than that.
Yeah, he's better than that. I think he's gonna be a solid starting quarterback in the league. I don't think he's gonna be the exceptional franchise guy. And the only reason why I don't think he'll be that guy is because the arm strength isn't there. The arm talent is. So to me, he's more Derek Carr than anything. Derek Carr with flash. You know, oh shit, let me, that type stuff. But
Zach, I don't think he's going to be a top 15 QB.
I think he can. Under. I think that's the ceiling, though. I think if he maximizes everything, he could be top 5, pushing top 12.
Stafford, that's okay. I hear you, Marty.
What was that? What did he say?
Matt Stafford is what
Just
he's going to be.
Stuck.
I could see him actually being more Matt Ryan.
Oh, that's a good one too.
No,
Matt Ryan.
I can see that.
Yeah, Matt Ryan is very steady. Matt Ryan has the most fourth quarter comebacks in the league since like whatever year.
Matty Ice.
I know. Yeah.
No,
I don't see Zach Wilson like that. I think Zach Wilson is gonna be turnover prone. He takes too many chances. He believes in his ability too much, and he don't have the arm to back it up.
That's a good one, Romo.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see that.
A lot of flash. And remember what I said about Romo. It's not in quarterbacks in general. It's not if you make a mistake, it's when you make the mistake. So I think that'll be if Zach Wilson makes mistakes early, but is clutched down the stretch, he'll be fine. But if he's like Tony Romo, where it's like, bro, you threw an interception with a minute to go.
Dang, Josh said he's going to be the best quarterback in the draft. Wow.
I could, you know what? Honestly, he's either going to be. I could see that just from the way that people are talking about it, I could see it either being both sides of the pendulum. He's either going to be that, or he's just going to be, You know what I mean? People, there's really not going to be an in between. He's either going to be 3 years out, or it's going to be.
I think if he maximizes everything, he's a B+ quarterback.
Josh, since you my partner, All I'm gonna say to you is Coastal Carolina. So you talk about the best quarterback in the draft can't beat Coastal Carolina.
That's a problem.
Yeah, and was running for his life. And it wasn't just
That's
a
a
line
fact.
either. It wasn't a line.
Got any more super chats?
Yes, Tracy G with the super chat. She said, "Okay, I'm gonna chill." She was talking about. She said she's gonna chill. But for the last question, should CJ McCollum take a permanent job at ESPN and let Dame fly like a bird?
Oh God, though, no,
CJ
for real.
is not Portland's problem.
CJ is not washed, man.
No, he's not.
It's time for CJ to go.
But he's not the issue either.
Yeah,
though.
but he's not the problem.
He's not the answer, and he's not the problem.
CJ got hurt, man.
He got to go.
Coming back from that injury
I'm
was
with
hard for
Tracy.
him.
He already, because he, I think he went to school for broadcast. He's been working on podcasts and all kind of stuff.
But if he had never, he was playing great before he got injured, correct? So if he hadn't got hurt, he would have been all right.
Yeah,
he got hurt. His legs was messed up, so he never got his legs back.
And you know what? And the reason why I'm also with Tracy, because if he leaves, that means Dame is definitely out. And we get to see him elsewhere.
It also depends on what they're able to get for CJ. Would determine if Dame stays.
They ain't gonna get much.
They'll get some stuff for CJ.
Yeah, it depends on who's trading for him, Ken.
All right.
Yeah, I would take CJ.
In my opinion,
Kevin Love.
Hell no. Hell no.
And that's gonna do it. No.
I know, right?
But to me, I blow it up. I'm trading Dame. I'm trading CJ. I'm trading everything, bro. It's pointless.
All right.
CJ
we got one
nice.
more.
CJ would be nice in Philly.
Yeah,
he would be. We got one more super chat.
We got a couple more. Sebastian Pierre. He said Bol Bol isn't happening, FIFO. He is Thon Maker 2.0.
No,
he's a little bit better than Thon.
A lot better than Thon Maker.
Way more fluid handle.
But we'll never know because he's never going to see the floor.
Look, man. But look. Bol Bol is going to be one of those guys who is going to be a damn good role player for a team once he gets traded because they have too much talent. They're like borderlining too many, like you're saying, too many mics. I think Bol Bol is a guy where I'm gonna be real with you. Put Bol Bol in Minnesota. Put him there. Put him next to Towns and see what the hell happens.
Put him in Chicago.
Put him in a situation where the expectation is not we have to be in contention to win it all. It has to be we're building something. It has to be we just are glad to be in the mix. It has to be you can come here and contribute to our youth program. And if it's not one of those three things, I don't think Bol Bol will get the chance to show that. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't see Reggie Jackson flourish until, it's a role where he's not the man, but he's so impactful and so freaking good in the series that he swayed the series. You know what I mean? I think Bol Bol could be that level of a guy for certain teams.
Westbrook TV.
When that Bol Bol deep dive, and like that's hilarious. Like we did a Bol Bol deep dive on Thursday.
He said Kevin Love should have been in the
I see that.
Westbrook TV said thoughts on Emoni Bates committing to Memphis.
Interesting, because I thought he was going to stay home, go to Michigan.
He getting paid.
He's number 3 recruit. I thought he was higher than 3.
I know B mad.
Man.
Yeah, I think B just wants to see Emoni in the league.
Nah, B wanted him on in Michigan State.
Yeah.
I know.
Who's the top
we'll get us a
look, man. Would you rather have Tom Izzo and his declaration of independence breath, like yelling at you, or would you want Penny Hardaway talking to you like, hey man, this is because that's how old that motherfucker is. That nigga Tom Izzo is fucking old, bro.
He is old.
Yelling at players and shit, all that shit.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
But Tom Izzo also has a
he's great.
tenured record of producing some of the grittiest NBA players.
But he's not Penny though.
He's not Penny. He's not.
Yeah.
Penny.
So I think that was the appeal.
Yeah.
Dang, that's a good point.
And Rashid is there now, isn't he?
Oh, is he?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's what's up. Hey, you know what? Look. Me and B, I've been sending it to B and Ken. You get up on Chris Brickley. That's
a fact.
The number 1 trainer in the NBA, and he has Emoni Bates out there training, and he's been training with Carmelo Anthony.
Who are the
Bates?
Who are the top? Emoni Bates is the number 3 recruit. There's 2 others ahead of him. We need to see who it is.
Who else is in his class though?
I don't know.
I don't know.
If y'all can answer that question, please answer. Who's the top 2 players in the Emoni Bates class? Did he reclassify?
I believe he did.
I need to look it up. Yeah. No, he did reclassify. So.
So I want to know who the top 2 recruits is in this class now.
That shit don't even matter because Emoni Bates.
That's what I'm saying. I just want to know who beat him up.
Emoni is guaranteed. He's guaranteed.
Memphis giving out that dough.
That's what it is.
Listen,
Penny, Larry Brown, and Rashid is there. So you're right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Larry Brown too. Oh yeah, that's not even fair. That's
Yeah.
not even fair.
Yeah, he can work. I'd be in Rashid. I'd be in Rashid's back pocket.
Yep.
Penny should. I said it a year ago. Everyone thought it was crazy. Penny should be coaching the Brooklyn Nets right now. But that's just me.
Yeah.
Okay.
He'd be in the league soon.
That would have been the pop that everyone thought it was with Nash. Oh, Nash is the coach. Everyone thought that was like going to be this groundbreaking thing, and it was cool. But it don't have the same flair as Penny Hardaway is coaching Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, and James Harden.
That's different. That's different.
And we know Penny can coach.
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen Penny play, so it's like, damn, like you know what I mean.
And he's like I said, he's used to working with talent, so that wouldn't be nothing new to him.
One of the greatest bigs ever.
Oblivion say football talk over. Let's go. Let's talk about basketball.
I think we've cultivated a basketball centric.
Oh yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Josh Bros with the super chat say, would any of you guys rate Steph above KD all time?
No.
Yes, I would.
I would.
I would
as well.
Yes, because KD's never done it as the guy.
Correct.
I was just thinking about just
the player.
Yeah.
Well, their careers. That's what we're talking about.
Well, the individual accolades, KD's going to have more outside of championships. Outside of championships, think about it.
Is he going to have 2 MVPs?
KD, how many MVP? Oh,
I think he has
Steph
1.
Does have 2 MVPs.
Scoring titles.
Come on now, unanimous MVP, 73-9.
I think KD has more scoring titles.
Steph changed the game more, and his impact was actually more applicable to players because you can't teach KD. You can't. Okay, y'all, grow to be 7 feet and have an amazing jumper, pull up, hezzy, Jimbo, all that. No, you can't teach that. But you can tell them kids to go be Steph.
But where Steph does a lot of things that are, I would say, more wowing than KD. Steph don't do nothing on the defensive end, and I'm not saying KD is a defensive stalwart, but KD guards multiple positions.
Look, don't sleep. KD's one of the, actually, to me, he's one of, if we're talking about stars, he's one of the better defenders of stars.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Stars, yeah, 100%. And he doesn't shy away. He's not like, oh, let me go guard him, but he also isn't like, oh, coach, no, I don't want to guard him. You know what I'm saying? So, and he's also a great team defender. So, I think that it's very interesting. I think that how I process and evaluate talent, I'm gonna say KD is gonna finish higher than Steph Curry, but the fan in me and also the player in me, what Steph does, we'll never see again because of skill. We'll never see KD again because of physicality. Yeah. And I'm not saying the strength. He's not strong, but he's a 7-foot shooting guard. We're
physique,
not gonna see that.
Yeah,
pulling up with the handle, like he got crossovers, bro. Like, we haven't seen that.
Yeah.
But what Steph is doing, pulling up like half court in your
KD
mouth,
can do that,
but not like Steph.
He can, bro. But Ken, has there? Let me ask y'all this: how many Twitter moments does Steph have compared to KD? Like KD has like maybe like, I'm gonna be real with you, he has like 1, 2, or 3 of those where KD's going nuts. Everyone is on there. Steph got like 10 of those moments.
No, Steph got way more than 10.
He got like, I mean,
Steph
at
got
least
a whole season
the OKC pull up half court.
Show though,
but which should
the
be
Garden
to stop?
Steph should be easier to stop, but they're both to me unequally unguardable, right?
Yeah.
Because Steph is small with quickness and pull up. And KD, you can't affect the shot.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
Even if you're Giannis or LeBron, like you can't affect the jumper. So technically, it should be harder to stop KD, but they're equally hard to stop.
Yeah, where's this KD disrespect coming
from?
It's
not disrespect. No, it's not.
KD's great, bro. KD is so fucking great, and I think that he's actually a more skilled basketball player than Steph, and I think he's a more lethal shooter, and he's a overall better offensive player. You can't take that away from KD. But in terms of all-time Pantheon rankings, I think that Steph Curry, we are going to look back and be like, yo, what a time this was to see this. Just the effortless stroke. Y'all don't know, like, it's hard to shoot the basketball, y'all. And dude made 105 threes in a row, and it looked like light work. It was just like automatic every time. And just how everyone is trying to emulate that, to me, I gotta see that. Those Twitter moments, that shit matters. That's cultural weight. When niggas is like all gathered on their phones, like, yo, do y'all see what is happening right now? Yes, we see this. Because Steph, he just giving that to us. He personifies to me everything that the NBA wants when he starts going off like that.
Man, y'all forgot about K.
I didn't forget about no KD.
No, KD's fantastic, bro. He's so great.
Probably before KD got hurt, before KD went to Golden State.
But who did he go join though?
MVPs he got.
But who did he go join though?
Remember though, Ken? I remember Steph Curry pulling up from half court against that same OKC team. I remember Westbrook and KD talking shit to Clay and Steph, and Clay and Steph saying, "Okay, watch this." You know, look. At the end of the day, like I said, Ken, we'll never see like KD is the ultimate unicorn. Ultimate unicorn because he has size and he has guard ability. Elite size, elite guard ability.
Size and skill don't normally go together.
They don't go together like that.
That type skill, yeah.
But I think, and remember when KD was on Golden State, I said KD is crazy, but they don't go as far with that squad if they don't have Steph. Like to me, they're better without KD versus better without Steph.
All right.
Because you know why? Because Steph makes you guard 45 feet out.
Like KD can't do that. He just don't have to do that.
But he don't do it like Steph.
But KD's not, because of that physicality, which also works in his favor. In this conversation, it works against him because he's not as agile as Steph. It's almost like this. It's almost like asking not who's better, but just in terms of, let's just compare like a running back situation. It's almost like prime Darren Sproles and like prime DeMarco Murray. You know what I mean? Or like, well, obviously not the talent levels at all are applicable, but just the scurrying and just the lightning quick, change the game, scat back. Everyone has a Darren Sproles now because of what Sean Payton and him were able to concoct with that offense. Versus the DeMarco Murray, who's obviously a much more gifted running back, but in space and just the gravity of the player, you have to account for Darren Sproles when he goes out left. You have to account for Steph Curry when he's dribbling the ball 50 feet out. Where KD, not all the time are people stepping up on him because of how big he is. They can kind of give him more body. The refs are not going to call it, and he's not going to be as quick off the dribble. Steph, he's weaving through traffic. He's doing everything that he's supposed to. But he also creates so much of that gravity that other players around him eat. And that's what makes Clay, is the fact that Steph is Steph. So when KD was on that team, he was like the parsley on top of the already great dish. You know, that was already an award-winning, championship roster. So this is kind of interesting, but we're at the point where I think the conversation can be skewed. We're at the point where these guys, I think, are on the last leg, and not to say disrespectfully, but on the last leg of their career, and the story will be written. Who was more impactful, and they're actually closer to each other in rankings, in my opinion, than most people would think.
They really are.
And you know what? Shout out to Marty McFly, because I agree with his statement. He said KD has played with more talent than any modern player. To be honest, he has always had help. When you look at the fact that now he's playing with a two-time version of James Harden, right? Like in the OKC, James Harden was trying to find himself, but now you're playing with a two-time or one-time MVP James Harden. You're playing with Kyrie Irving. And then you played with Steph Curry, a two-time MVP.
Russell
Westbrook. You've played with Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. So when you compare KD's teammates to LeBron's teammates, KD's had the better teammates and more of them.
Yeah. So, and hasn't been able to lead the teams when he's been asked to be the A option, number one. You got to be that guy. Even in Brooklyn, everybody want to call Giannis all this trash, and what if it was so easy?
Well, here's the thing. I think that wherever KD goes, he's always the number one option, but he's not always the leader of the team.
Correct.
Yeah,
and that's a big difference.
That's the difference.
Yep. I think we have one more.
He's parsley.
You heard that?
He is, man. He's great though.
I like that parsley.
He's great
No
though.
more super chat. And we out. No more super chats, please.
And listen, I don't know
we're
what's
not
wrong with
answering no
FIFO.
more.
This is the second time FIFO has said,
Hey,
we ain't taking no money.
You know why? Because we was here to damn near. Hey.
Nickname Toon Cat. What's happening? If Zion wants out of New Orleans, should the Hawks make a play for him? He's a perfect fit. Cam, Huter, and draft picks. I like that.
I'm going to say no. Only because.
You would have to put Hunter in that deal.
Yep. Or
big man.
John Collins. You know what I'm saying? And to me, I like too much what Travis Link has done. And you see, I'm bad with names, but I had to learn this man's name because he's the best GM in the game right now. I like what the Hawks are doing. And to me, right now, you don't have to tweak anything. The only questionable person right now, and it's just because of a matter of money, is going to be Cam Reddish. What do you do with Cam? Because they're going to pay Kevin Huter because he proved himself and he earned the paycheck. They already paid Bogey. They paid John Collins. They paid Trae Young. And they're going to have to make a decision between DeAndre Hunter and Cam Reddish.
They're going to trade
Cam Reddish. Hunter. I think I keep Cam.
Nah, they're going to they like Hunter. They're going to trade Cam.
Yeah, because of the defense. They already got all the offense. They don't need another offensive guy.
They probably do well, anyway, yeah.
Yep. So I'm going to say no.
Josh Bro said, last one for me, y'all. I'm sure you said it before about who on the show is pro-LeBron and who is pro-MJ and why.
I'm pro both of them.
I love both of them, man. I think that we need to start recognizing sports as not just eras, but it's all our reference point for what we grew up watching. It's all about reference point for what we consider to be the aesthetic of gameplay that we like. It's all about just our personal preference. So when it comes to MJ and LeBron, I love MJ for what he's done for the game. I love just how effortless he made it look on both ends of the floor. But LeBron is definitely he's probably my GOAT. He's probably my GOAT just because I define the greatness as being the ability to sustain and adapt with all variables in front of you. And he's done that. And Michael wasn't able to. So for his whole career, I mean.
I like that. Pro both. I am pro both. Because I really kind of want to get away from this, and I know Q's been talking about this for a minute, but yeah, just this idea of kind of like pitting them over who's better, and just appreciating the greatness for what they are, in the times that they played. But I'm pro LeBron, and I'm anti MJ, because I appreciate his greatness, FIFO. But MJ got on my goddamn nerves. He beat every guy. He beat every motherfucking team. Clyde Drexler. He beat all my favorite players, man. MJ can kiss my ass.
That's the reason why I'm pro MJ. To beat a man, you got to beat the man, and he always beat the man. Yep. Always, no matter what, he came out on top. So MJ is just that guy, and he didn't have to go join nobody else to do it.
Different era. We can't say that.
He didn't have to do it.
Y'all talking about me. Here you go.
But
he didn't have to do it.
He didn't have to because the Bulls did what they needed to do as an organization to make sure that MJ had what he needed.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Bill Weddington.
Facts.
That's what they needed.
Facts.
No. Scottie Pippen, Kukoc, Rodman, Horace Grant.
They brought in certain pieces, but they didn't bring in a whole team. They didn't have to bring in. Let me go pick the league.
You know why? Because the talent wasn't there. It wasn't as abundant back then as it is now.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say it. It was talent all across the league. It was balanced. I'm just saying he did what he had to do.
But Shelton, the volume of superstars to all-stars is way more superstars and all-stars now, just per volume, than there was back then.
I think back then those teams. So you think if you merge those two leagues together, you think that
there's way more talented guys now.
But you think these teams like those teams would be at the bottom of the league?
No, I think the best teams of that era would still compete with the best teams of this era. But what I'm saying, the middle to bottom tier teams of this era would dominate the middle to bottom teams of that era.
I need to look back at some of those bottom teams.
They were bad.
Anyway,
They were bad.
I got this down the stream up.
Uh-oh.
Ain't shit going on.
Uh-oh.
It's just a damn church.
Well, you know Kanye be on Kanye time.
That's it.
Nothing. But let me give my last answer on this being pro both. To me, the reason why I say that is we would not have LeBron James if it was not for Michael Jordan.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? And when you look at basketball, just like anything else that is living and breathing, there's evolution. And you needed the guys before to be the guys who they are now. Without Dr. J, there is no Michael Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Without Michael Jordan, there is no LeBron. You know, so without the guys that came before, and it is designed by God himself or the creator, whoever you want to believe in, that it's supposed to be better.
Mm-hmm.
It is supposed to improve. And what we're seeing of LeBron, and I agree, I can't remember what I want to say it was Allen Iverson that said LeBron is the most complete basketball player on the planet. And he is. Is he the best still? Arguable.
Mm-hmm.
KD, the other guys. But LeBron has the least amount of weaknesses still. And that goes back to the Jordan era. And in my opinion, I always said LeBron is the better overall player. Jordan was just crazy between the ears.
Jordan was the best competitor in the world.
Best competitor. You know what I'm saying? And he was the best athlete of his generation.
Mm-hmm.
So you put those two things together, I'm going to outwork you. I'm going to out-mental you. I'm going to just do everything in my power to make sure. And I'm going to humiliate you in doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Where LeBron, he has a different mentality because of how he grew up. He grew up in the AAU circuit. He grew up on all of this. He grew up with mobility, which is why he went to Miami. Then came back to Cleveland. Now he's with LA. And Jordan didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? So again, evolution. And when I look at LeBron, he is the epitome of where basketball was.
Mm-hmm.
Steph Curry, Trae Young, John Morant, all of these, Luka Doncic, all of these guys are taking what LeBron did, and now they're taking it to the next level. And then the next great, Emoni Bates.
People have been saying that for a while now.
Emoni Bates.
Emoni Bates is nice. I just can't crown him that high yet.
Okay.
Hey, real quick, then we can close it. I was going to ask y'all about the Max Kellerman thing, because I forgot about that the other day. He's our first take. Reports are coming out that he was forced off by Stephen A. Well, not forced off, but Stephen A. Smith kind of pushed him out because he didn't want him there, and he's been complaining about him for years. Rumor is Stephen A. Smith wants a nighttime show, syndicated show, and he felt it's best that he have First Take along so he can debate against different people every week, and that's what they're going to. What do y'all think about that?
I could definitely tell you there's always, from my opinion, some level of tension there. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I say that is how Max Kellerman reacts to Stephen A. There's always an uncomfortable smile there. Mm-hmm. So to me, that means that there's cracks in what they do. And I never really bought into Max Kellerman being the Skip replacement. It never felt natural. And you can see it when he talks about sports outside of boxing. Mm-hmm. It just, like, did that really come out of your mouth, bro? Like, are you sure that's it? Yeah, you know this is live, right? Like, you know this is live. And I know you had a pre-show and y'all went over y'all thoughts. It was natural. First Take don't feel natural no more.
I think they started to drift apart probably about 2, maybe 3 years ago. And it's part of the reason why I stopped watching the show. Max just got bad. I appreciated Max's intellect. I appreciated the way that Max was able to analyze and word things and put some logic and thought behind what he was saying. But his mental, his what did he go to? Whatever kind of elite Ivy League school he went to, sometimes got in the way of just sports. Meaning that sometimes I just want it more than you do. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's not out about all this data or whatever. Sometimes it's just all about just the gut feeling. And he would sometimes get lost in that.
Yep.
And
I agree.
And it became part of what he did. And I think it started to suffer because it got to a point where I was like, what are you talking about? And I think what started to do him in was the Kawhi thing. I think when he jumped on the Kawhi bandwagon, I think that's when you can start to see it, and the Tom Brady falling off the cliff thing.
Yep. The
I
Tom
think
Brady
at
thing
that
hurt
point,
him.
that's when people started to be like, "Hey, man, you don't even know what you're talking about." And trust me, I don't think the Andre Iguodala thing helped at all.
That was it.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
So they started to kind of drift apart and disconnect for a while. And you're right, Stephen A. used to flat just call him out on TV and just started just go in on Mats on TV and I thought that may have been just the thing that they do, but nah, you could see it was uncomfortable. Yeah, it got to a point where it was uncomfortable, and that was it. So, they say it wasn't business. It's not personal. It's business. But I think in the group chat I responded. I was like, nah, there's something's going on here, and sometimes I could just see this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm starting to see headlines, it's the way headlines are read. It's the way things are written. I'm like, nah.
And why things got out.
Yeah.
And the timing of things.
Yeah.
It's because they want it out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Look, think about this, right? 49ers traded 3 first-round picks, and they didn't say nothing about who they were going to take, right? Until they took them.
Right.
But the stories could have been out. Oh, they want this, they want that. Nothing leaked from their from their side.
That's true.
Because they didn't want it leaked. But how many times, oh, well, this player is unhappy. Well, where the fuck that come from? I didn't say it.
Right. Yeah.
You're saying that because eventually you're going to get rid of me.
Yeah.
You're softening up the blow.
Now, Skip Bayless isn't it better. And I'm
he
I saw where they were trying to bring him back.
Yeah, but their chemistry is Stephen A. Skip has actually gotten worse.
Yeah, I think so.
He's actually has gotten a lot worse too.
He's gotten way worse.
I think Stephen A. is still consistent. I don't know how this show with multi-cast work. Don't bring Kendrick Perkins on there.
They're talking about Michael Irvin. That's what they're talking about, bringing on there Michael Irvin for Mondays.
They just want a clown show at that point.
Yeah, Michael versus Stephen A.
You're gonna have one of the blackest. Stephen A. gonna be black again. and Stephen A. used to take some flack because people. You know what? I think that's also the reason why Stephen A. got him off of there, because people used to say Max was blacker than Stephen A.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that rubbed him the wrong way. Yeah. So Stephen A. It's been out there to Stephen A. that this has been going for a minute. And he's been trying to get him off.
You know who I would like to see over Michael Irvin? And hey, he from the U, so you know I fuck with him. But and I love his personality too. And I think he's great on air and everything. But I think the bigger personality and I think the better debater, and you can't really say shit to him because he's the guy, Deion Sanders. But Deion is down this head coaching path.
Yeah, he ain't got time.
So he don't want to do the TV thing. But I think that if Deion wanted to do TV, Stephen A. and Deion,
that'd be good.
I'll watch that every day.
Yeah. So yeah, those are my thoughts on that. That's it.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Cool. Well, we thank you guys, and we thank you guys for all the super chats and everything, man. Again, it helps keep the show running. We have ideas. FIFA and I was actually talking about stuff last night and again today, but we need the support, and we appreciate all the support because it's going to help, fund all these ideas to give you guys a better product, as always, which is what we strive to do. So until then, we'll catch you guys next. We out. Peace.
Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Please hit the like button and share it if you can. Thank you.